If you want, okay, we are live. Here, I'm gonna push this button. What's this button do?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, what the hell? Oh, good God. I don't put my Google password into my TV. That feels unsecure.
is it Samsung?
Thursday
Probably.
night Farceball from
It's a
Football
Vizio.
Absurdity.
Oh, it's a Vizio. Gross.
Football Absurdity.
Oh, here.
Thursday night
Web code
Farceball
online.
from Football Absurdity.
You know, I should probably actually get
Farceball.
YouTube set up here. Let's see. This better work better than
Football
the other one.
Absurdity.
And I got to get on it quickly because apparently they're not going to be playing a lot of first team snaps.
Farceball.
No. I mean,
Absurdity.
imagine something dumber than having a short rest
Absurdity.
week in the preseason.
I
Thursday
mean,
night
it's kind of
Farceball
funny,
from
but
Football
also I don't
Absurdity.
actually care about preseason. Like, I want to kind of get a couple of snaps of field. I got to say, like, Toucan, if you're listening, I'm still kind of disappointed you didn't take Lamar Jackson. You took CMC, but I also kind of like the way I liked your build on your Superflex team, so I can kind of dig it. Mainly because you took your third quarterback as Fields.
When do we
I'm
get
gonna
Toucan
allow
on
it.
the show? Toucan on the show.
I would absolutely let Toucan be on the show.
Well,
How do I?
I'm putting it on the private chat in the Discord like last time.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Then I don't have to waste a free trial. Let me try figuring this out for a minute. I was about to start getting annoyed because I couldn't figure out how to sign in.
Anyway, welcome everybody to Football Absurdity's Thursday Night Farceball. We got a real special one today. We got two Chicago fans, Wally Dismail and Tony Martin, to watch the Chicago game against some semblance of the Seahawks. I guess we're not going to see if Drew Lock is the better turd slinger than Geno Smith this week, but what are you looking forward to seeing tonight, Tony? How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Evan. Thanks. It's my pleasure to be back here for Farceball. I'm looking for Kenneth Walker to still play today because just like 9/11, Pete Carroll's going to deny his hernia is real and send him out there.
That
I also
makes
want to
sense.
point out just a quick shout out to our fallen comrade, Eric Bra. He's I don't know what happened, but I'm
I
sure it's
suspended
something
him.
tragic because he's not here.
I
What?
suspended him.
Oh, you suspended him.
Yep.
Was he eating on camera again?
He knows what he did.
You know what? That son of a bitch. You know what? We cut him so much. Like, here I was feeling sad that he wasn't here, and I find out he's pulling the same shit he was pulling last year.
So much for artistic integrity.
Yeah, right?
It's
But I mean, what do you expect from a guy who doesn't appreciate Airbud Goes to Washington? So
True.
These are my thoughts for tonight. My girlfriend holding my cat inside of a laundry basket.
Hi, y'all.
Hey, how
Hey.
you doing, Kate?
Good.
It's Farceball season.
Yeah, Leche?
Yeah.
Kate, are we
You
still
made it.
are we still book besties?
Yes.
Cool.
Always.
I guess once you get the tattoo, you can't go back.
Nope. Not
No.
going
Wait.
back.
do you guys
stuck
both
at-
have the same book?
No, but I
tattoo?
mean, she's not gonna be like, yeah, I don't like that book anymore. You know,
You better, yeah. If you get a tattoo, you better fucking like that book.
It's true.
we've got the Seahawks. I like that Kenneth Walker is injured, because his fantasy football draft stock was increasing, and now
Yeah,
it'll
I noticed
cool
that
off.
too.
Now it'll cool off, and I didn't draft him to start it anyway. I drafted him for when Penny, inevitably goes out for season. So, and I mean, last year taking the banged up backup Seattle running back behind the banged up starter was a league winner. I guess he was on waivers. But
No, I know. If you were rostering Penny that entire time, you were doing something wrong.
that's true.
Oh,
I did in Dynasty.
well, that's different.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Honestly, like I love. So in my home league, my big money league is drafting Tuesday the 30th, and we have keepers. It's a 2-keeper league, and one of the keepers, if you draft them after round 10 and they stay on your roster all year, they're like a bonus free keeper. So last year I drafted Travis Etienne in round 17 and stashed him on my IR all year.
I know that trick.
And so honestly, as much as I don't think Kenneth Walker is the breakout this year, I think next year he's the guy on a much better team.
Yeah.
And he's someone I'm targeting post round 10 in my specific league. I don't think he's going to be around post round 10 though.
No, I'm targeting
Yeah.
for this season.
Yeah, I think I think if he falls post round 10, it's because he has like a bad injury. Like, did you get Travis Etienne last year
Yeah,
that way?
round 17.
Dude, that's my favorite move. Is getting the injured guy like a couple of rounds before. I'll even do it like a round before the last round just in case someone else had that idea.
Sure. Well, that's going to be me this year for Jameson Williams.
Oh, Jameson Williams, 100%. That's like if you're not taking him in the last round of your keeper league, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
He's got that dog in him.
Why am I seeing videos of Jameis Winston doing pelvic thrusts on my screen?
Turn on your monitor.
God. Is Tony wearing blackface again?
Oh my God.
Canceled.
Everyone's suspended.
Oh, good God. Is my never mind. I was saying, is my camera on? But I realized I'm looking at the Discord thing, so I can't really see that.
Yeah, you're good. Everything's good. Everything took off with no turbulence. Audio, video. I shout out to Zoom.
Yeah, so the lesson here is fuck Skype. Yeah, so the lesson
I've had Skype break my AV setup when I wasn't even at the computer doing anything. I just get up, it works. I come back 5 minutes later, and nothing works anymore. And okay, that's some AI.
Yeah, if we could figure out how to do it end of Discord, I feel like that would be the optimal thing.
Maybe my problem is Discord chugs PC, so I'm worried about the resolution and any lag in the Discord stream.
Okay.
And we just have to make sure that we're abiding by all local and regional contracts for the NFL, you know?
Technically, actually, now that you mention that, technically, let's see, we have the Seahawks Bears logo. I do have to obscure 50% of this logo, so let's just be compliant here. Where is that? All right.
I'm pretty sure you have to obscure 50% of it. What do you mean?
You can have copyrighted stuff on the screen, but it falls under, well, you can't have copyrighted stuff on the screen, like NFL stuff, or replays. But if you cover up over 50% of the screen or alter it, it falls under fair use.
Oh. If it's, so yeah, well, it's well under that, so we're good. Oh, wait, do you mean 50%? Because the screen itself is like...
No, the image or whatever, or the video.
That's for highlights too, right?
Yep, exactly.
So can we show highlights of just like the 10 yards in front of the player that's running with the ball at all times with no players in the picture? Because that'd be kind of cool.
Maybe.
I think it'd be fantastic only if we were like hyping up what was happening.
Evan, your life isn't busy. You can probably make that happen.
I start teaching like you soon. There we go. Fix that. Okay, this is like the good old days of winter last year where this broadcast took off and stayed all right.
Yeah.
Oof, and it's still preseason, y'all. All right.
All right. I have a feeling that like hopefully a couple of the Bears fans want to watch it with us, but also it's preseason, so
well,
like why would you?
I will say Marshawn Lynch is in mid-season form.
Yep. He's smashing through lineups.
Brutal.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch had some messed up eyes.
And the arrest video is hilarious because, of course, he's making everyone laugh. So what channel is the stream that you guys are watching on? I'm watching the ESPN broadcast.
Oh, there's an ESPN
I'm
broadcast?
I am watching Xfinity, apparently.
Yes, through his own purchased account. That we are not at all sharing I am not at all.
To be very clear.
I only got oral permission, not written permission from NFL football, so I can't share.
Yeah. We got a handshake deal.
Yeah. They said, sure, whatever, and hung up on me.
I like that every 2 days I say, who's the Discord darling this year? It's like, we've already said these. I've seen Evan give his list like 5 times.
We nailed it so far. People want it desperately. And I'm like, look, I gave you 5. Why are you trying to get me to reel down to 1? I gave you 5 times the darlings, man. Just go get them all. And they're all available in different rounds and prices. So, yeah. I don't get we've expanded the Discord darling franchise to, a committee.
It's true.
Good stuff.
If you had to pick one, if we had to pick one in the Discord right now as the darling, who is it? The number one.
Damian Pierce.
Ugh.
Probably, you know what? That's my
No, I
brain
mean, you're probably
thinking.
right. You're
Well,
probably right.
I would actually, if I had to publicly pick, which I guess I am doing right now, I would go Hollywood Brown because nobody remembers anything but the first few weeks. Nobody remembers DeAndre Swift not being available in the fantasy playoffs. So Hollywood Brown with DeAndre Hopkins out is going to do better than his draft position for the first 6 weeks. So for marketing purposes, Hollywood Brown. And
That makes sense.
Cliff Kingsbury has to throw it to him. He has to if he wants to keep his job. Hey. Which is
Well, I'm really intrigued by this.
Hey,
I'm looking at what Kevin did. Apparently, he changed the way his tiers are set up.
I know he used the Fisher Jenks algorithm.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at this thing right now. If anyone's watching, also this Sunday, 3 p.m., we are doing a very special mock drafts on tap. We're gonna have Kevin Genson, the creator of Beer Sheets. We're gonna do a Beer Sheet special show. It's not auctioned, but Evan and I'll get through it. Maybe we'll even use the Beer Sheets see if we can get him to do a salary cap with that, because they do create the Beer Sheet one. Let me see how this is set up here.
Have you guys ever tried to do a mock draft where everybody in the mock draft is using the same beer sheet?
Beer does every year. He lets us know all about it.
Yeah,
because I think that's a great way to market it, because as beer sheets become more and more popular, I think like you need to start looking at, like, I'm sure there's a mathematical way to pivot that makes sense instead of my style, which is just like, well, this guy clearly has more dog.
Well, I think the big thing, what I always talk about is you can look at point values and like you can go straight by points and you'll win leagues that way. Like people do, but when you're looking at tiers, like if you think someone's going to do better, you can customize your tiers and figure out where you got to grab guys. Like it's all about like customizing your drafts to meet your needs.
Well, it's all about like what Shane just said in the chat, get your guy. I mean, one of the things that doing salary cap auction drafts with you guys has gotten me more comfortable with is like, man, I can't just get my guy. Usually it's at the whims of the board, but fuck protocol. Like, let me get my guy. I don't care if sleepers rankings say that it's a reach. I'm going to get my guy.
Yeah. Everyone's wrong like 50% of the time anyway. So
and
it's really just picking and choosing.
Yeah. I guess really what I'm trying to say is I think that people that only play snake drafts.
Is that John Hamm?
No, it's not.
No, I'm Tony.
No, I'm talking about on that Progressive commercial.
Yes, it is.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know him and Flo were an item.
Yes, they are.
Anyways, sponsored by Progressive. I think all people that play Snake as their primary draft format should also do salary cap or auction draft mocks in the off season, because I think it makes you look at the board in a different way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Definitely. It took me so long to adjust the snake draft, so I realized the problem was I was trying to adjust rather than just getting the guy.
Yeah.
Right. And Shane, AJ Dillon,
that
round
fourth
5.
tier. That fourth tier of receivers, based on like the settings he had: Jalen Waddle, Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Darnell Mooney, Allen Robinson, Marquise Brown, Amari Cooper, Gabe Davis, Chris Godwin, Michael Thomas, Jerry Jeudy, Adam Thielen. I feel like that tier and the next tier are just chock full of Evan Hoofler specials.
Yep.
I mean, that's the spot. And like, I'm looking, and Shane commented in the comments here that he's taking AJ Dillon at 505 in the IDL league because he's getting his guy. And like, to me, AJ Dillon, it's weird. Some people rank him near the end of the running back twos before you hit that dead zone. And like, I want Dillon at 505 because that frees me up so much space to do whatever I want.
Discord, and according to ESPN rankings, which guys do you like that are under $10? And it broke my brain because I'm like,
I mean, ECR, he's 506. So
it broke my brain.
Is he really
like,
Dillon right now?
$10. and simultaneously none of them are under $10. It's Schrodinger's steal.
Yeah, how much is Dylan going for right now for in auctions right now?
15.
10 to 15.
Yeah.
Ah,
He's a bull. He's a bull.
You know, the more I look at salary cap this year, the one thing I really kind of like the idea of just getting like Devontae Adams and Stephon Diggs for 100, and then just grabbing that like David Montgomery, Brees Hall, Travis Etienne, Josh Jacobs, AJ Dillon tier, and just grabbing like a few of those guys. That tier and the next tier.
does James Robinson most likely being cleared for week 1 sour you on ETN in any way?
Until I see an NFL running back be successful with after having their Achilles tear, I'm not going to trust them. It's as simple as that. Like, there is no evidence that an NFL running back will be successful after having their Achilles tear. There's historically zero.
Shane
Like,
says,
if I missed the first guy, I missed the first guy.
Shane says half the people on that list were absolutely ass. I don't know what list he's talking about, but if we're talking about salary cap, yeah, that's awesome. Love half the list, hate half the list. That's the way to do it.
It's true.
So, what are you looking for, Waleed, in this Bears game? I never fully introduced you. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just kind of recovering from work and just realizing I have not eaten all day, but I don't want to get suspended, so I don't want to eat during this broadcast. So I'm gonna power through.
It's like a penalty box. You can only have one person on eating suspension at a time.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
I've played NBA 2K with my kids, and they're like, "Play, I want to watch you play." I'm like, "Oh, you haven't seen me play video games." I then proceeded to try to get every single player on my team ejected to see what it would do. And when you get down to 5, it just doesn't eject you. So then I just started punching people left and right with no recourse.
So the only thing I'm looking for is for Justin Fields to not die. If that's what happens, I'll be fine with this.
I want to see Tevin Jenkins on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see some more Braxton Jones snaps too.
I want to see the undrafted linebacker from Wisconsin that the Bears picked up, Jack Sanborn.
He had a good first game.
And because the Bears signed Nicholas Morrow, who played for Vegas last year, as their middle linebacker, but he's gotten hurt every year that he's played. And so as a result of that, like, I worry about the depth that the Bears have at middle linebacker. So to me, that's
do we know, is Pringle playing or is he still hurt?
I think Pringle is still hurt, but I know that Big Daddy Velas is playing tonight.
Oh, okay, good. I'd like to see him because we didn't really see him last.
In fact, you're about to see him. You're about to see him right now, baby. He's going to run this opening kickoff back.
That's what I'm looking for. That's the content I need. Because I don't think Daz Newsom's making his team after his first game.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm getting the kickoff. I'm getting the kickoff right now.
Yeah. I also want. Who's the rookie? The 6th-round running back they got.
Tristan Ebner.
I want to see more because I only watched the first half of that game. Because I don't know. I had some kind of appointment I had to be at, and I'm not gonna like. I'll readjust my day. I'll readjust my weekend for football, NFL football, like regular season. Yeah. For preseason, like I'm not. I'll watch. I'll try to get to watch the starters, but I don't care if I. Well, that is a good start.
Not a fan of the fumble at the end there, but what are you gonna do?
Did he fumble there?
Yeah,
I can't tell. As long as he recovers it, you can fumble as much as you want, as long as you don't ever give it up. That is my rule. Also, please don't do that.
That's called the fantasy football rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's straight ahead speed. I like that.
Who
and
who was that?
That was Velas Jones. That was the 3rd-round receiver that the Bears drafted. That everyone was saying was a huge reach.
He is now eligible for Social Security now that he's played one preseason snap.
That's true. That's how it works.
Yeah. Oh, did he fumble it or did he actually still have it?
He fumbled it, but he recovered it.
Okay, good. They've decided that he has it. Clear recovery. We're going to see the replay on that. That's what I want to know.
Oh, okay. Okay, Bears. So, I mean, do we want, like, I can try to play-by-play this, or we could just kind of free ball it, I guess.
Yeah, let's just free ball it.
Okay. Oh, I think it looks like the ground cost to fumble there, right?
No, that ball was out before he was close.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That was a fumble.
Sorry,
I
this is a
love
little bit
BLSU
choppy.
while
My
we- come
internet
on.
is not having the best day. Ooh, I like that.
That's
Look
good
at
stuff.
that. Good tight end screen. Blockers were in good position there. That's a good start.
Nice little
All
spin
right.
move. I like the spin move.
Yeah. God, oh my God, if Cole Kmet could actually be worth his draft capital, that would be fantastic.
I mean, they wanted to use him like the Walmart brand Travis Kelce when Nagy was here, but they just never did it.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that they didn't do, like, adjust their offense to the personnel they have. Way to pick up that blitz. Oh, he got the extra second. I thought he picked up the blitz, and then he didn't pick up the blitz.
Fields needed to get rid of that ball
Quicker, yeah. That's one thing I noticed in that first game too. He's still a second too slow on that, but he looks like he's making the right reads, and I expect him to get faster the more comfortable he gets in the offense. So I'm not stressing it too much.
Yeah. It's good to see Tevin Jenkins out there, though, playing guard.
Yeah.
For those of you that aren't Bears fans, first off, you're welcome. But Tevin Jenkins, the Bears traded up to get him in the second round last year, even though some teams had him off the board because of medicals, and he was out for most of last year.
Ooh.
Had a rough start to this offseason, and he was drafted to be a left tackle, but they're kicking him into guard to try him out.
I'll say that guy just ran behind Jenkins there, and Jenkins, I think I like this as a guard. Oh no, it wasn't Jenkins. They did a good job sealing that hole there.
I thought he could have cut that one outside and gotten a lot more, but hey.
I thought that at first too, but that was a pretty big hole he had. So I have no problem with him. He got 7 yards. So I it's hard for me to really criticize that. What the hell just happened there? Oh,
Nothing.
that's not good.
No, it's fine. The ball at the ground caused it.
Yeah, I thought so too, but also
And now they get to go for a fourth down. We can see the fourth down package.
If we could just avoid Justin Fields getting hit, that'd just be fucking awesome.
yeah.
Brian
Just-
rocking the hashtag. Give Brian a mic. Oh, Brian. Yeah, we got it. We're gonna have guests. You'll be a guest. We gotta have guests.
yeah, Manning
I
cast
plan to
style.
spend a person a week, so we're gonna have holes.
We're gonna
Yeah.
Manning cast
Like
the
quota.
fuck out of this.
That's what the network told me. One suspicion a week. It's like writing tickets for cops.
Yeah, he was definitely down.
Brian, you want a scorching take? I got you. You ready? The Miami Dolphins running back that leads the team in fantasy points this year is Raheem Mostert.
I don't think that's that scorching a take.
that's-
Oh,
no,
did he get him on the hard counts? Is
Nope.
there really not a flag there, or is that a false
Oh, there is a
start?
flag. You're right. Oh, and there's a
I hope that
Seattle
was-
guy
I hope that
super
was-
angry.
That looked like that guy jumped. I thought he got him in
Right.
the hard count there, but I don't know.
No, you're right. You're right.
That's what I want to see.
All right, that's some good stuff.
That is some really good stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
Justin Fields' ADP shooting up for me, and it was already high.
Man, when they give him an offensive line, this is going to be so good.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. I can't get mad at Braxton Jones for that one because, when a guy jumps a little bit early, that's not on you.
Pocket protection not looking great.
We already talked about J-Rob. Until someone actually is successful, I just need one running back to successfully come back from an Achilles before I will bet on that. Until then, I'm not going to believe it.
It's called the.
What did I say?
Watch the football. Watch the football that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Watch the football. It's coming.
What?
It was a good football play.
Yeah, it
Go
was.
ahead, Ethan.
You know what's nice? You know what I've noticed so far, and I hope I don't jinx it. First team offense has not had a penalty yet.
Mooney's
Sure.
in there.
Like offensive
Mooney's
penalties
flat.
are the thing that drive me nuts. Oh, come on.
Wow, this is looking pretty.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was pretty.
I was
Okay.
like,
Feel
you
it.
got Mooney, you got Mooney. He's like, I got Mooney, but I also got Komet further down the field.
They look like
Okay, come on. Has Mac been fantasy relevant since the Achilles?
Is there a legal way to
Marlin? Mac, Marlin?
Yeah. Is Marlon
No.
Mack been fantasy relevant since his Achilles tear? The
No.
answer is no.
Brian, I got you, but hold on. Just hold on. I got you. Keep this quiet. Oh my God, this meeting will end in 10 minutes. I have to
Oh,
upgrade.
is this the free trial? This must be the free one. You got to pay Zoom Premium, I think, for the longer meetings.
Look at that cut by Mooney.
Okay.
Did he fumble it there? Oh.
Wally, can
What?
I spend $14 to extend this meeting and our next 4?
I'll
I'll just front it now. We'll vote later. I'll just front it now. It's $15. Who cares?
I will absolutely help cover that out of any of my own expenses. Just because
I got 5.
if we're going to use this for the Twitch stream, I don't mind paying.
They won me over.
Yeah, like not having actual technical difficulties is probably worth it.
No, I'm not interested in other plans.
Look at that! Oh, look at that! Did you get there? Did you get there? No, you didn't. But that's okay.
Oh, they're giving me a free $1 50-cent trial. Okay, so I got
Where's the flag?
Date of birth.
Oh, please tell me there was a defensive holding there or something. Please don't be on the offense. Although Justin Fields was holding that ball a lot. That's usually an offensive hold. So, Oh, ineligible man downfield.
And that's stuff that gets worked out when you have the rhythm down between a line and a quarterback, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's really, especially too, like when he's holding it for 5 or 6 seconds, there's not really much you're going to do there.
Right.
You
know, Brian, I honestly I don't mind. I actually have more shares in best ball of Marlon Mack than Dameon Pierce. And I don't mind Marlon Mack this year. I mean, I think that he gets a good amount of the touches. There's a ton of touches to go around there. But I got weird and took Rex Burkhead in a couple of underdog tourneys.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Well, I mean, in best ball, when were you taking Marlon Mack? You were taking him pretty freaking late, right?
Pretty late, yeah.
Yeah.
Double-digit rounds for sure. And if there's a chance that he's a starting running back, that's what I was doing early in the offseason with Chase Edmonds. Chase Edmonds was super cheap in June and July.
Did Jonathan Taylor miss any games last year?
I want to say he missed one.
Do we have fewer or more than 10 employees?
Do we?
Yeah.
I want to say we have.
I guess they're all contractors, not employers.
I mean, it depends. We kind of how does that work? Because we don't actually have employees. We just have people that we pay for.
So I guess just nobody. Okay, I'm gonna put this on a credit card now.
We definitely have more than 10. Technically, we would definitely have more than 10, people who do things for the site. That
I will say, I got to give credit to Jonathan Taylor for being one of the few University of Wisconsin running backs to also be successful in the pros. Being from the Midwest, I've watched a lot of Big Ten football growing up. Evan, I know you've done.
Why are you throwing shade on Ron Dane's career?
His pro career?
Thunder and lightning, baby.
Oh, because of that, yeah.
Exactly.
Because of his pro career. That's why you're doing it.
Ron Dane was one of my first favorite football players.
And also one of your first least favorite football players.
I grew up a Northwestern fan, right? So Ron Dane would show up once a year and just beat the dog shit out of my favorite college football team. Ron fucking Dane. That's what I'm going to do. When I win my fantasy leagues this year, I'm going to spend some of that money on a Ron Dane jersey. That's going to be sick. Wally, for next year's Fantasy Expo, if you want, maybe you could get a Tiki Barber jersey and we could do a Ron Dane Tiki Barber Thunder and Lightning vibe.
Hey, Tiki Barber is actually Wisconsin. Was he a Wisconsin running back?
No,
I was going to say.
But they were Thunder and Lightning.
I do not remember that at all.
The Giants? Yeah, Tiki and Ron Dane, Thunder and Lightning, man, backfield duo. I want to say that was Kerry Collins' quarterback.
I keep thinking that Ron Dane was on Tennessee or something. Now I'm
no, Ron Dane was a Giant. Yeah, Tiki Barber fumbled all the time. Oh my god!
Until he didn't.
Well,
once Coughlin got in there, he didn't really fumble.
Right, they had to change the way that he carried the football.
Yeah, they had to teach him, hey, you know what? You need to respect the football, which he never did. Well, you think someone would have pointed that out to him at some point.
That's somebody who's never had to hold a football through a week's worth of high school classes for fumbling in the game.
And here's the thing, Brian. You say that Jonathan Taylor wasn't able, but Naheem Hines was fantasy relevant, and it's not like Marlon Mack can't catch a football. So how come Marlon Mack didn't get on the field? Like, until I see it, I won't believe it. Well, I don't know if he was. You're right. I think he had a couple of decent games. No, he wasn't fantasy relevant though. You're right. Let me see. I gotta look up. I gotta look up his numbers here because I feel like Naheem Hines did something. Let me see. I'm pulling up some numbers here to see if, like, I remember him doing some things, but I might be just thinking of like a couple of games in DFS where he just had some nice games. Let's see here.
All right, I got a question for you guys while we're talking important things. Who starts week 1 at quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks?
How long is Drew Lock going to be on the COVID list?
According to the CDC, he'll probably be back tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I'm exaggerating, but he'll be back in like 3 days.
I think they're going to probably, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be Geno's. I don't like, the answer is it doesn't matter. They're going to be garbage anyway. Look at that. First play of the game, false start. Really? That's
Travis
not a good
Homer.
look.
Travis Homer taking first team.
Zoom. Dickheads.
What was that?
Is let me have 1 month of Zoom in my cart, and now that I'm in there with my account, it's like, sorry, you want to pay for a year? And I'm like, no, I want to pay for 4 months a year. Build monthly. There you are, you sneaky little shit. Okay.
So Naheem Hines was the RB 53. He averaged 5.4 points a game. You are right. Not very fantasy relevant. This actually has me wondering. Well, this actually made me knock Naheem Hines down a couple of pegs here.
Ooh.
You're right. He's not what did he have? 276 rushing yards, 310 receiving yards. He had 40 catches? Is that what it is here? Ugh.
I want to see how good this offensive line for Seattle looks, because I thought the Bears were going to take Abraham Lucas, the guy that Seattle took in the 3rd. I thought the Bears were going to take him in the 2nd. I love the Bears picks. Don't get me wrong. I think Jaquan Brisker is the real fucking deal.
Yeah, Jaquan Brisker, like, everyone's talking about how good those other wide receivers have looked, but like Brisker, like, he kind of feels like Mike Brown to me.
Hey.
And if he can be healthy and be Mike Brown good, then fucking I don't give a shit about a receiver.
Why do I collect all squares with bicycles? I just take my credit card number. Dumbass.
Mike Brown, my all-time favorite Chicago Bear. All-time, number 1.
Why do you care if I'm a robot or not if I'm giving you money? Just take the robot's money. I don't understand why this is a problem.
I'm trying to look for Marlon Mack. Okay, yeah, last year Naheem Hines was like at least RB 53. Marlon Mack was RB 121, and also last year Marlon Mack was on Houston. So,
okay, so I may have to go out, log in as Football Absurdity, and log back in here because I realize now.
Yeah. Also, you might want to timestamp that.
I'm busy.
Okay.
Be funny later.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, people, we'll be right back. You know, I'll do this a commercial.
That's a good idea.
We'll be right back. I have a minute.
Are we going to talk through the commercial?
Did he get it there? No. Good defense. Good defense.
That's a good time. All right. I will send you guys a link in the Gmail chat.
All right. Yeah, I kind of want to see this.
I'm still live. We are still here. I just had to sign up for a Zoom account, and I signed up for it with our corporate email address. Corporate, like we're, an actual business. And I guess we certainly are. And so now I'm just signing back in. Incorrect email or password. Okay, let me try. Oh, I have Pat Caps Lock on. I see. How did that happen? All right, now we're good to go. New meeting. And you can probably see me here. Can you? Let's see here. Well, let's get them all good to go. All right, so you can see me. Thank you for being with us. Now they should be hopping in. Any second now. I appreciate your patience I'm just so happy. Uh, Thank you, Brian. I'm gonna trim it down tomorrow. It's too hot. Why do you care if I'm a robot or not take my I don't get it. Who cares? Oh no, robots are spamming payments to me. No,
So
no.
I have an idea here. How about instead of actually spending $15 a month, every 30 minutes we just start a new Zoom meeting? Huh?
Oh my
I'm
God.
saving money here, guys.
That's right.
I'm
You're right.
saving money here.
You're not wrong. Uh,
Oh,
oops,
I am dumb though.
uh, to be fair, whoopsies. To be fair, Zoom kind of earned our money by not screwing around. Here, let's make it so this face is right. And we all
Yeah.
changed names at the break, everybody.
Nice.
Hey, no. Am I wearing a white beater now? That's what I want to know.
Tony's anonymous now.
That's fine.
We should be able to fix
I will be
that.
going by Guy Incognito.
We are Legion.
Hello, I am Guy Incognito.
Put up here. We're back, everybody. Thanks for being with
Shout
us.
out to
That was
Shout
for
out-
you, by the way.
shout out to seasons 2 through 9 of The Simpsons.
Shout out to the first four Metallica albums. Brian, my problem with the disc, I appreciate the suggestion, Brian, to boost the server and use the Discord. My problem is Discord chugs on desktop, and I'm trying to stream here with no interruptions and great resolution so you can see every molecule of the smoke that Tony and I exhale.
It's
So
a
I'm
vapor.
scared that it'll hang too much if we go to all that trouble on Discord. Zoom earned my $14, man. We started this broadcast and it didn't break anything. Yeah, that's fair. Have you tried Skype?
Have we ever?
Skype just does
Define
not play well
try.
with two mics.
Like we've tried Skype. The problem is Skype isn't really trying.
It's funny because I almost use Teams for this, but doesn't Teams and Skype, aren't they both owned by Microsoft?
I think so, yeah.
So why,
Oh,
why
we're
did you buy-
already in backups.
Why did
they
you
weren't
buy
joking.
garbage platforms? Like, I don't understand. Now you have competition too.
I like that this ad
Oh,
here
they
is
all-
showing the final two remaining players for the Seahawks championship. By the way, they're not actually here anymore. So you mean there are no more players left? Why don't you just say that?
Oh.
Hey guys, remember when it was good? Well, it's not going to be that anymore. All you're doing is depressing Seahawks
Just got to
fans.
some guy in his living room, and he's like, "Well, how did you get a camera in here?" Bobby Wagner just wants to eat some chips, man.
You're going to ship me a webcam? I am. You can. I mean, I guess if I can connect it to my laptop, that'd be awesome. I probably should invest
I
in
like
that.
Brian black market selling shit he steals from work to help the football absurdity.
Okay, cool. I like free shit.
You
Is
know
my
what?
webcam really that bad?
Waleed, I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Servers Return says that's strange. We get like 6 people on a video call stream from movie nights, no issues. Maybe they fixed it. I've been on Discord for like 8 years, and maybe they fixed it because I haven't really pushed it for the last 5. I've just gone other ways. So maybe it's good now. Cool.
You know what I
Subscribe
like?
month to month on Zoom.
I like the Bears running the football successfully,
I
consistently.
want to point out, Waleed, they have a lot of the starters in still on the offensive line.
Good. The starters need some more reps. Justin Fields had a good little. He had a good first drive. You don't need to do anything more. I'm fine with it.
I also wonder if Waleed bumping his table, his desk or whatever.
Uh-oh.
is
Bumping my
making-
table or desk. Bad.
Yeah. I don't know.
Uh,
You're blurry, but your audio is super crisp.
Well, my microphone is really sweet. I mean, I use this thing for voiceover stuff.
Nice. I'm using my laptop mic. Tony is
Am I usually this blurry though? I feel like I think that my computer is just actually like it's been very laggy today.
wipe your lens.
Hold on. How's that?
Perfect. Way smudgier.
HD.
They're trying
You're
to figure
in
out how to turn on
4K.
HD for this. So
Is
we're
that-
probably
okay,
almost
good.
there.
Okay, I think I got this thing fixed. Am I clearer? Am I clearer?
Nailed
Much
it.
clear.
Nailed
Oh,
it.
Got
I don't
it.
want to say
Got
anything
it.
for fear of saying something racist.
That just means we think you're thinking something racist, Evan.
Jokes are forming in my mind, and I'm like, I don't know about any of these, man.
So, when are your guys' drafts? You guys got any drafts coming up?
I had one last Monday.
I don't know. Actually,
Oh, speaking of it, I'm glad you brought that up. We've got a pretty packed schedule for the next at least 3 shows for Drafts on Tap. We've got, of course, as the aforementioned beer from Beer Sheets on Kevin from Beer Sheets on Sunday. On Saturday, we're going to do our annual showcase of Drafty. You met the guy who made Drafty at the Fantasy Football Expo last year, right?
oh, what's his
Yup.
name? What the fuck's his name?
Daniel Fowler.
Daniel. I love that.
Yeah.
Such a cool app.
So we're gonna promote. We're gonna do an unpaid. This is unpaid. We're gonna sound like we're sponsoring him, but this is an unpaid promotion where we go through Drafty, the only platform designed by somebody who clearly knows what an auction is. And we'll do that on. He can't make it, but we're gonna do that on Saturday. And I figure what I'll do is I'll practice ahead of time, and then I'll teach you the new features on camera, and we can have a mock, and people can jump in and stuff. Then Saturday after that, next Saturday at 1 p.m. Gee, who scheduled that then is our Experts League draft.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what?
We can stream that.
The only draft league that I actually have with people are the Experts League and my work league, which one of the guys last minute just said that he doesn't have time to do, so he's quitting. So now I got to find someone who likes football in my office to fill up that 12th spot. We got a new guy starting on Monday in my department, and I'm like, he was a warehouse guy. I feel like I got a 50-50 shot at getting him in this league.
I have the 30th of, so I have the Experts League draft that Saturday. And then I have on the 30th, Tuesday the 30th.
I wish I could do the Interboard League. Sorry, I saw Brian mention that. The one time I did that, it was incredibly fun. I just I don't have the time to like really utilize it. And I'm sorry, Tony, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, you're good. I was just saying I have 2 drafts on the 30th, Tuesday. I have my home league draft at 9:30, and then I think before that we're doing the charity league, right? The charity auction is on the 30th as well.
I got that moved.
Is that charity league? Is that filled up yet?
No, we could use more.
Okay.
We're actually only at 6. The one where, and that's actually what's going on this Saturday after the drafty preview. We're going to have the WWE stream where I make a wrestler for everybody. Yeah, just go donate $50. Anybody wants to donate $50, and first place gets to donate 75% of the funds. Second place gets to donate 25%. And the hook is, besides the wrestling thing, it's best ball. So you don't have to have yet another league where you're like, oh, I hate charity. Every Tuesday morning, I wake up and do waivers and hate charity. No, you don't have to do that. And my kids, it's going to be my kids. They ponied up their allowance. It's going to be their first league too.
Oh hell yeah!
I actually matched them 400%, so they ponied up $10 each. But like,
you know what? It though, like, because you're getting them involved. That's smart. I will probably get on this. This punter is fucking awesome.
Nice. It should be said the deadline to get on it is tomorrow afternoon, because tomorrow night I have to make all the rest of the wrestlers.
Well, you already have a wrestler for me, don't you?
Oh, I don't. Well, maybe I can import it.
I mean, I would think so.
This is the new one, so I can stream it, because I couldn't stream it on 2K14.
Oh,
that reminds me, I have to make a thing. Perg Flumpus, what's up?
What up, Brian? What up, Brian?
Ryan,
theirs look decent. Yeah, Ryan, you should join. Ryan, you should join the charity league on Sleeper.
Yeah, I think like what I'm doing this year is I didn't even check. Let's see if I can do that this year. I'm looking at I'm some of those $5 salary cap leagues. My plan was basically putting like $50 into that and just doing 10 of them and trying to like make some money off of randos who don't know what the fuck they're doing in salary cap. And then like most of my funds are going to work. I already have 4 dynasty leagues, so I haven't really been feeling like to redraft this year as much as I would like to.
I want to tell Ryan, in case you didn't know, Ryan, Oh yeah, it's $50, Ryan. But the draft is Tuesday the 30th, and you're going to be at work, so should still do it. Fuck a job.
Yeah, it's a $50 buy-in, and 75% of first place goes to charity of their choice. 25% for second place goes to the charity of their choice.
Yeah, it's
Does
50
Ryan know
bucks.
about the hook? I make a wrestler out of everybody, and draft order is determined by a WWE Royal Rumble that I stream. And it's snake draft best ball, so even if you can't do it at work, you can just pre-rank.
Oh, I thought it was auction.
Nope.
Okay, best
Otherwise,
ball
I
it
can't
is.
determine draft order. Draft order means nothing.
Oh, whatever happened with that salary cap best ball we were trying to set up? Did we ever get enough people to even get that going?
No,
Is that going to die?
I think we're gonna get a push like right before the season starts when everyone's got their drafts done and wants to do one last one.
Next week is when it starts happening.
Right.
That makes sense to me.
So those of you out there that are listening that aren't in all of our thousands of leagues, if you are trying to set up a league and it's not filling right now, people will start to Jones again closer to the start of the season.
Yeah, and I can always get on the horn and fill a league if you're getting desperate.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of $5 live salary cap drafts that I can just do with randos for 10-man $5 salary cap. I want to do I don't know if I want to do like put $100 into it or $50 and just try to see how successful I am.
I have an idea for next year. Are they best ball?
No, they're
Are there
regular
any
actual
paid
salary
best
cap.
ball auctions?
I doubt that.
Because this is my idea. Barbecue bot. We program a bot to understand the barbecue algorithm, and then we just fire it up with a bunch of drafts and like take them.
Okay. So yeah, I plan on doing. I think I have like I don't know. I think I have like $200 or $300 allocated just towards like gambling for the show, like for the streams, like sports betting, DFS, and regular fantasy football. I think I'm doing $100 each. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was going to do $50 for the salary caps and then $50 best ball things just to see how I do, just so I could do some snake drafts this year because I actually don't have a single snake draft league, which is kind of weird.
Not for me.
Yeah, honestly, I don't miss it. Every time I do a snake, the more I do salary cap, the less I enjoy snake drafts. Although snake drafts with your friends is fine. Like if you're doing a live draft where you got the board, or even if you're just all in the same room, then I'm good with it. Oh, this is awesome.
All right.
Oh yeah, I want to see some Kyler Gordon.
Bears still have a lot of their defensive starters out there, which I don't get, but whatever.
Well, I could see leaving Gordon a little bit longer since he didn't have that first preseason game.
Yeah.
And I think they're just trying to get their rookie some reps, but I don't know. I'm fine with it as long as no one gets hurt.
Like Robert Quinn's out there and Jalen Johnson's out there.
I like it, though. They're batting down balls. Defense is looking decent. I mean, against a Seattle offense that everyone expects to be really fucking good. Oh, wait. No, that's the opposite of what they think. I love me a good batted ball.
It's exciting. I liked it when I was playing.
Hey, let me know where you're at on the stream. Let me know where you're at on the stream.
Why?
What's happening where you're watching?
I just saw a batted ball, which is why I said I love a good batted ball.
Okay.
Now I'm watching. Oh yeah. Now I see what I'm looking for.
That's Velus Jones.
Was that Velus Jones?
Yeah.
That's Velus Jones, baby.
Ooh.
Sometimes he fumbles it. Sometimes he gets 50 yards.
I'll tell you what. You know what? Bears might have some really good special teams this year. Like Cairo Santo, a decent kicker. Velus, if they got the return game going, and that punter just looks out of this world.
You know what I just realized? He's Velus Jones Jr. How old do you think Velus Jones Sr. is? He's got to be in his 120s.
He's dead.
He's actually the son of the Greek god Venus. That's how old he is.
In ancient Greece, the L is actually an N in Greek.
So
if you didn't know that.
Okay, so his initials are VJJ. So is his nickname officially VJJ?
It is now.
Okay.
I want some
JJ.
more returns from the JJ. That's
From that
all
There
I'm
was
saying.
a punk band called Andrew Jackson Jihad, and they just shortened their name to AJJ. So whenever I see that for Velas Jones Jr., I think Velas Jackson Jihad. Put yourself in my shoes for a minute there.
For
Doesn't
all
feel so
everyone's
good,
for
does
all
it?
everyone's kind of shitting on this draft pick, looking real good so far.
Everybody that this regime draft, well, okay, so like 6 of the guys this regime drafted have popped in either this or the first game.
Yeah, and that's exciting. Like, how often do you see like all the rookies looking kind of good?
Ryan,
Yeah, has there been a rookie that hasn't looked good?
I think there were a couple offensive linemen that were later picks, like 6th and 7th round picks that didn't do much. And I know the center they drafted from Illinois, I think
He's already
out
on
for the
IR.
year.
Yeah, he's on IR. So,
But Brisker looked great. Gordon looked great. Velas looked badass
yeah.
just now, that one time.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Who's this guy running the ball? Is that our boy?
That's
Okay.
Evans.
Who has the worst receiver room in football?
It's not the Bears because they got Darnell Mooney.
What do
I'm
you
trying
think
to go
about?
through the list.
What do you think about New England?
I mean, New England's definitely going to be in the running just because they got they got Jacoby Meyer, but he's not as good as Mooney, and I don't know that they have anyone behind that.
Is Cooks on
What
Houston
about-
still?
Who?
Who?
Cooks?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah, he's
them.
still in Houston, so I can't put that there.
Yeah.
Well, Brian brings up my other option, which was Green Bay.
Ooh. Alan Lazard. They got I don't know, man, because they got Romeo Dobbs, so they might actually have a top 5 receiving room now. Everything I've heard, they have the best receiving room ever. I love that I was getting in an argument because someone was like saying, like, I was told Joe, who's the fucking catcher that I was like arguing with on the Football Absurdity Twitter. Let me see if I can find those tweets. And I was very polite, and also like I was too lazy to sign out of the Football Absurdity thing. So, but he was actually responding to me when what were the tweets here?
That's the link to the charity drive. And I'll put the link
The
to
only
the
reason
post where I
we
explain it.
do the only reason we do Farceball is so Wally can give us
Yeah.
play-by-play for the shit that he started on the internet in the previous week.
Oh, dude, I don't start shit. I'm actually really polite. That was
I don't
that was a
start
nice
shit.
little tackle.
I finish shit.
I finish it. You're damn right. No, what did this guy say?
I don't start internet shit.
I'm pulling
Finish
this. I got to pull this thread here.
Oh god.
No,
I
Brad
love
Ziegler is who I was kind of like having an argument with. 'Cause, Dave Klug said that A.J. Dillon just selected Aaron Rodgers and Romeo Dobbs in the 9th and 10th round of a fantasy football draft. And like they're probably they said it probably means something. And Brad Ziegler's like, it means he doesn't understand wide receiver ADP. My response was, you really think taking Dobbs over Tyler Boyd is a deal breaker? Because their ADP is basically identical. Like, well, actually, Tyler Boyd's like a little bit higher, but he's like, deal breaker? No, but Dobbs might suck. Boyd is an injury away from being a top 15 wide. So I retorted, he's more than one injury away from that. His best finish was wide receiver 17 in 2018 and no other receivers. With no other receivers. It's about philosophy. Do you want the guy who needs people to get hurt to be relevant, or the guy with minimal competition for targets? I also put in parentheses, full disclosure, I wouldn't have taken Dobbs. But he's like, if you want to pretend the Bengals offense in 2022 is anything like your 2018 offense, be my guest. But if Higgins or Chase goes down early in the season, Boyd will be a top 15 fantasy receiver.
I saw that.
And then my response was, T. Higgins wasn't a top 15 wide receiver. So why the hell is Boyd going to be?
Somebody you know how like boomers will take a screenshot of their full screen for like a meme on Facebook?
Yeah.
I want you to do that of the statement, if Higgins or Chase goes down, Tyler Boyd is a top 15 wide receiver. And I want you to print that shit out. And I want you to keep that with you as you go into any of your fantasy drafts, because you are not that stupid. And if you ever feel like you're making a bad call, look at that and recognize that you're not the dumbest person in the room because that sheet is there.
It doesn't like I don't understand. Like Boyd has been fantasy relevant once when he had no competition for targets, and I get that Joe Burrow was a better quarterback than Andy Dalton was at the time, but like Andy Dalton wasn't terrible, and like obviously the Bengals were still kind of crap, but also like top 15 wide receiver is a bold statement. Like if you said top 25 wide receiver if one of them goes down, I could maybe get behind it, but even that's kind of.
I could maybe get behind it if you mean by top 25 wide receiver, you mean wide receiver 25. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Wide receiver 25. But also wide receiver 25, like, and that's the thing you have to look at. It doesn't really matter where you finish. Points per game matter. And I get that when guys are injured, it's fine, but what they're doing in those games. Like you could be like wide receiver 25 getting 10 points a game, but who the fuck cares?
Ryan,
like it doesn't really help you win.
Ryan, I want to say I sometimes I do think about what would happen if Green Bay took Higgins instead of Jordan Love. I also wonder what it would have been like if Green Bay took Michael Pittman instead of Jordan Love.
Man, like if they took any
of
of the good receivers. Having said all that, well, I mean, the Jordan Love thing doesn't matter. Like people who are criticizing the Packers, like some of their selections for only getting defensive guys in the first round, that defense is going to be fucking scary this year. Like that's a top five. That's a top 5 fantasy defense this year. Green Bay.
Green
you
Bay
want scorching hot takes.
Green Bay's defense is going to be.
Oh, I don't have my soundboard.
Wrong.
I got to put my soundboard in here.
What did you say?
I fixed the soundboard, but I didn't add it.
Oh, I was actually asking Tony what he said.
Oh, I'm saying Green Bay's defense is going to be real scary this year.
Yeah. Look at the Bears scoring. Like, I know it's preseason, but I'm just not used to the Bears offense scoring, so I'm just going to enjoy it.
Did we get a cheering sound there? Did the soundboard work?
I did not hear a cheering sound.
Brian,
and I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to always say that because I find it hilarious.
Brian, I'll tell you what.
Sound with the touchdown there?
I'll tell you what, Brian. I am you're talking to a couple people here that are keenly aware of how severely the Packers own the Bears. I'm very well aware of this.
You know, like, as a Packer fan, do you really get joy being like, hey, we beat you? Yeah, so does everyone else. Like, congratulations. You know what? You want to impress me? Win a playoff game. How about that, Brian? Boom! Count it!
All we have are Packers playoff losses. But hey, that's okay. I respect it.
I mean, like, what's the last time we played each other too? Was it that NFC Championship game where their big ass defensive lineman had that interception? And people were saying that Jay Cutler and people were saying that Raji, goddamn. And everyone was saying that Cutler was soft because he had a knee injury. Like, oh my god.
Right. Caleb Haney.
We have one of the dumbest fucking fan bases.
Well, remember, actually, in that game, Cutler got hurt at halftime, and they brought in the dusty old dry bones of Todd Collins for a drive or two, and then he got hurt, and then it was Caleb Haney.
It was Haney. Oh, God.
That was, I mean, how many teams can have 2 quarterbacks hurt in the NFC Championship? Like, what kind of bullshittery is that?
God. I mean, honestly, like, I kind of think I would have rather had Haney than Collins, but that's not an endorsement of Haney.
No.
It really isn't.
What the hell? There we go.
Oh, did the Bears? Oh, I was going to say, it said 8-0. I'm like, what the hell happened? Did the Bears go for 2 or something? But that math didn't even work out either.
No.
Look at this high. Who is this guy running the football?
Travis Homer?
Is that Travis Homer?
Really? There's a plus.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize Travis Homer still played football.
Tyler Gordon just got smoked. I think I'm still ahead of you, but yeah, he just put the fucking oof.
Yeah, he got that was not a good look for him.
You know, it's too bad. I really would have liked to have watched Kenny Walker. Oh no.
Who's 44 there?
That's one of the linebackers, free agent guy.
Is that the guy that you wanted to see?
No, the guy that I want to see, Sanborn, 57.
Okay.
Oh, nuts. Someone's hurt. This is why you gotta love the preseason.
So what is this about? So is Brady getting a divorce? Is that what we're hearing?
Dude, I don't know. I had missed all of like the early breaking. So he left, right? And he's like on an indefinite, like whatever.
Yeah. Is he retiring from football to save his marriage?
I would think that he's unretired from football to save his marriage.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
a weird thing.
This is crazy. Like, okay, here's the twist. You ready? Here's my hot take. My hot take of the night. I'm going to stretch it out.
Okay.
All right. Tom Brady and Gisele's marriage is ending because Gisele slept with Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown got the last laugh. I love it.
It's always been AB. Always. There it is. That's my take of the night.
You know what I honestly think? Tom Brady just was training camp bullshit. He's like, I can go in there and I'll be fine. Although he'd probably still be in practice a little bit. Actually, I feel like Tom Brady has always been a guy who loves going to training camp. So it doesn't even check out.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
got it working.
I would love to see Brady just like retire or get out of his contract and go to Miami. That would be so sick. Tom Brady to Tyreek Hill. That would be some Madden shit.
that would be pretty fantastic.
Miami's got all those draft picks. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. Kirk Flemings points out Antonio Brown had the motivation and he had the opportunity while staying at Tom Brady's house last year.
That's
Oh, yeah.
what I've been saying.
Follow the money.
God. I love that. What was that tweet AB had a couple of weeks ago where he was just talking about how he was reflecting on how amazing he was? I wish I had that level of self-esteem.
His biggest regret was that he never got to watch himself play.
Yeah.
That's fucking, you know what? If he wasn't a guy that definitely had sex pest tendencies, I'd be all about Team AB. Like, him calling John Gruden a cracker is funny. That's funny.
Agreed. Also, in hindsight, he was 100% right.
And John Gruden is like, when I think of the word cracker, when it's affiliated with white people, I picture John Gruden. Like, that's what a cracker looks like. He's no honky, but that's what a cracker looks like right there. John Gruden.
Oh, She-Hulk starting out today?
I don't know what
I am She-Hulk. It's a new. You don't do Marvel?
Oh, that's like Hulk, but she.
She's a lawyer. It's She-Hulk attorney at law. She's a superhero lawyer who's
Wait,
also
that's
Hulk.
real? That's real.
It's 100%. It's 100% comic character, and it's a fantastic one. It's very fun.
That's so corny.
Tell me you're not on board with it. You're a Venture Brothers guy. That's exactly the kind of shit that
I'm not against it. It's just that's corny. Like, that has to be like they lean into that, right? That it's corny.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're if they don't lean into it, they're doing something really wrong.
You have to. You can't, like, this isn't Air Bud Goes to Washington. Like, we're not winning Oscars with this.
No, of course not.
You know, like,
no, She-Hulk is fun. Air Bud Goes to Washington is arts.
I feel like Air Bud Goes to Washington, like, is gonna get optioned, and like fucking Spielberg's gonna do it or some shit, and it's gonna take away from the artistic merits.
No, we can't have Spielberg doing it because it'll run 10 minutes too long.
Air Bud Goes to Washington to me screams A24.
I'd be for it. Actually, a few comics we're doing a A24 draft. Where we're gonna draft A24 movies, and then we're gonna like pick our favorite ones. And then we have to write about like our top 5.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. I'm surprised. Like, okay, let's look at the list because I think we had a nice list of what are some of the A24 movies that like stood out to me that I didn't realize were A24.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Lady Bird,
Green Room.
Isn't eighth grade? Yeah, you know what? I don't think I've seen Green Room, but I'm gonna start watching a bunch of these.
Green
Room's
one of my favorites.
Ex Machina,
Yeah.
Hereditary. I did not really care for.
Really?
I have a feeling I won't like Midsummer. The Green Knight was fantastic, but I get in fights with people about that.
Dude,
what?
Midsommar, you gotta watch Midsommar. Come on.
You know what? I didn't like Hereditary that much. Like I kind of thought it was okay. Good. I'll give it a try. The Lighthouse is one of the most awful things I've ever seen. I actually despise The Lighthouse. I love the acting. I love the acting in that. Like Willem Dafoe. Robert Pattinson were fantastic, but that was the most pretentious piece of shit movie.
It read like a novel.
It just looked like some college art school director who's going on about his art. And I'm a guy who it doesn't have to be weird for the sake of being weird. And that movie just felt like that. And I don't mind weird because like I said, The Green Knight was beautiful. It was breathtaking. So I'm not against an art film, but that was not my thing. But Ex Machina's got to be number 2 on that list. Ex Machina is so fucking good.
The Green Knight was mid.
Was mid?
It was mid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I hated it. Like I didn't hate it.
But no, I know plenty of people that you either loved it or you hated it. That movie was gorgeous, and you got to remember, I'm a King Arthur guy too. Like Arthurian legend is my jam, and that adaptation of like Gawain into Green Knight, I love that story.
So do I. It's mids. It's mid.
Look, you're entitled to your terrible opinions.
I with pleasure I will exercise those terrible ideas and opinions.
I ignored something Ryan said. He compared himself to Jesus with Antonio Brown, which is all we need to really know.
Praise AB. I will tell you, if you think that that's a gorgeous, like a visually gorgeous film, Midsommar is going to blow your fucking mind. Like that movie,
really?
Visual elements are
Midsommar didn't have a lot going in terms of story, but everything else about it was A-list horror.
You know what? I can get behind that. I love good cinematography.
Wait, wasn't Midsommar made by the guy who did the visual cinematography for The Witch?
I think so.
Because that was same deal, and that one's also kind of droll story, but you'll just sit there watching the visuals are amazing.
To me, Midsommar.
Can we comment? Let's get back to the game for a second here, because I love this guy standing on the line, looking down and jumping up like, nope, I wasn't on the line, like trying to fake out the ref, who was very clearly watching his feet.
Right. Oops.
I love that. You know what though? Like, I was gonna say, you know what? Like, if I was out there, I would have made that play. I would have looked at where my feet are. If you want to make a football team, you got to compare. You got to compare. I almost was going to say the same thing I did at our first game, where I'm like, you know what? Who are that joke? And like, no, you know what? Fuck that. I would have made that catch.
I could have made that play.
I could have made that.
Football guy.
I'm really sad that they had at the expo they had an entire didn't they have like a combine thing or something?
Yeah,
that looked like it's fun.
Yeah, that's like, I wish that was stuff that we could have done the year we went last year.
Yeah.
Like,
well, next year I'm more excited for it because I'd like us to have a booth.
This was apparently the year to miss it because Jeff came home with COVID.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just wanted me scared. One of our fellow football absurdists, who will remain nameless, could be any Jeff really, came home with COVID.
Some Jeff K.
Who is that? Evan still? Oh no, that's Ebner. Good. I want to see some Ebner. I didn't really get a chance to watch him in that first game. The first run for like 8 yards. I'll take it.
No,
9.
He looked good last week too.
Yeah, but I didn't watch him last week.
Right. Like he's stringing together some decent preseason performances. Like
that's what
I don't know, man. I know they brought in Darrington Evans.
I don't think Evans is going to make the team.
But they, like the regime brought him in.
I know, but he's like a vet minimum guy, You got Montgomery, you got Herbert, you got Ebner. Like You could probably get someone else in there. Are you rostering 4 running backs?
I hope so.
I mean, one of them's going to be a fullback. That's the thing. Ooh.
I don't think they have a fullback on the roster. I think they're going to use a tight end for that. They're going to use O'Shaughnessy or
No, I'm pretty sure they have a fullback. I kept hearing his name.
Griffin.
Who was I keep hearing him in when I read my athletic articles.
They got a fullback? Is it Burton?
I don't know. We'll see.
Which Evans, Brian? What Evans is as mid as it comes?
Me,
Which Evans is
baby.
the Green Knight?
Me.
Oh, you're not. You're just one Evan. There's at least 2 Evans
I
in
feel
that
like
statement.
I feel like I could represent multiple Evans. Like
Oh,
up to
yeah.
5.
Darrington Evans.
5.
Darrington Evans is like the most mid.
Yeah.
I would
agree.
love to see the Bears opening day roster running back being, Monty, Herbert, Ebner, and I'm fine with just 3. But I think they want to be such a run heavy team that I think they're going to have 4.
You know what I like about this offense? It looks like an NFL offense. That's 100%. Like, I'm looking at the route assignments, the way the run scheme is set up. I'm like, this is how football on offense is supposed to look, and I'm just not used to that.
I think this year is going to show a lot of people, not just for Chicago. I'm talking like Trevor Lawrence and Jacksonville this year. I think we're going to see tangible results of like, hey guys, this is what happens when a new coach with a good program comes in. Like, it's
competency. I love Trevor Lawrence. I love him as a breakout player this year. A guy that like he's one of those in leagues where I'm grabbing that late second round quarterback. Lawrence, Fields are my guys. I can't do it with Lance because Lance is going up too high. But there's I love breakout second year quarterback, especially with the draft pedigree of both of them.
And that's my thing too, is like they're going to use the Doug Peterson offense, which is more successful than first Urban Meyer's offense and then the husk of whatever the fuck happened after Urban Meyer stuck his finger down some college girl's butt.
Wow.
Did he really just do that? Whoa. That was a fucking play.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Who's 82? Man, that's a problem.
Is it Coulter, I think?
That's a problem. I don't know who these guys are at this point. Oh, did he get that? Oh, I think he got under that.
No.
That was yeah, he got his hands under there. That was a good catch.
That's just the type of excitement and fireworks you get from when Trevor Siemian is quarterback.
You know what? Trevor Siemian's a decent backup. Also a Northwestern guy, so I'm all aboard.
Trevor Siemian, I think, was like part of the players that pushed to like unionize at Northwestern.
Was he that, or was he the scab?
I thought the coach was the scab.
I thought.
I'm looking it up. This is definitely This is lore that I need right now. I'm just gonna type in Trevor. What the fuck is his last name? Siemian. Scab.
Yeah, Northwestern starting quarterback Trevor Siemian opposes union. Is the first thing that comes up.
Scab.
Yeah, he's a scab. Actually, yeah, I'm less. Bring back Nick Foles.
This is a union shop, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, I agree. They should have challenged the fuck out of that catch. You kidding me? I appreciate the coach's desire to be like, all right, let's be done with this. But I would have challenged that just for like the guy. There was a play a few years ago. I don't know if you guys remember this as Bears fans. It was Bears Lions, and Marty Booker made like one of the most ridiculous catches of all time, and they called it incomplete. It was like a 6-yard catch. It wasn't even for a first down. And he made the catch, and it was bonkers ridiculous. And Lovey challenged it, and it got upheld. And I'm like, you just challenged a play for your guy. How fucking cool is that?
Hell yeah. I think there's something to be said about that. Like, if it's really close, you give your guy the benefit of the doubt. Like, if it depending on like, I mean, game scenario does matter,
right?
But like,
and everybody wants to say they caught it.
I think the worst thing was the Zach Miller amazing catch when he just tore his knee up to shreds, and you don't even give him the fucking catch? When he clearly caught that fucking thing and died and ended his career to do it.
Yeah. And that's
if that's going to be the last catch of your NFL career, if there's any doubt, give it to that guy.
Yeah. I know. Like, didn't he severed an artery or some shit, right?
Yeah, that was one of the grosser injuries I've ever seen.
And see, what I remember is that it didn't even look bad when it happened. But you find out about it later and you're like, oh. Like
I feel like I remember his leg being at a really fucked up angle.
Sure.
Like he tore a whole bunch of shit.
I mean, it's no Johnny Knox injury, but
oh my god. That's one of the more horrific things I've ever seen in football.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't usually see a guy get his spine broken.
Yeah.
Why was he not challenging preseason?
And he was so fun, man. I love Johnny Knox. He was awesome. Small school kid. Like, he was Jay Cutler's favorite target for a solid year and a half.
Because he was also Jay Cutler's only target for a year and a half.
Yeah, you're right. I was going to say something, but no, you're right. You're right.
100%. God, there are some, it's kind of weird because we've actually had some good receivers in recent memory. But, man, there was a fucking dearth for a while.
I wanted the Bears to draft T. Higgins so bad.
We all wanted that.
I mean, I was writing for that website, the Chicago sports website at the time, so I did all the draft coverage. Everything that I saw was everybody wanted Pittman more than Higgins.
Pittman and Higgins were both guys that were really high up on my boards. When the people I was talking to, those were two of the guys who were really high on everyone's board. Who people thought were legit low end first rounders. And also, that's a good point that they did keep him on. They kept him under contract just to cover his medical costs. Ryan, that's one thing I do like about the Bears. They do try to take care of ex players, which is kind of nice. And as much as people shit on the mechanics, and there's reasons to get upset with them, compared to one of the better people as owners in the NFL, which isn't saying much because they're all fucking billionaires. So
that's true. That's true.
No, T. Higgins was absolutely a guy that people were high on.
You know, we can laugh all we want that the Packers took Jordan Love over T. Higgins and all those people, but we really should be laughing at the Eagles taking Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. That's really what we should all be laughing at.
That year when we had our article, I was on the podcast and we were saying which wide receiver is most likely to break out in year one of that draft. My pick was Justin Jefferson. I will always come back to that. I won't come back to the things I got wrong because that one I got right. I remember when I was looking at Justin Jefferson, everyone was like, he's only good because of Jamar Chase. And I was kind of like, I don't think that's true. He was always good. There's a reason LSU and Joe Burrow were as amazing as they were. That LSU offense was great because you had Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Has there ever been a duo of receivers in college with that level of talent? No. I don't think it's ever come close. You know what though? They took Reagor, but they took Devonta Smith the next year, so I think that's fine.
You know what? I think Jefferson is better than Chase.
I mean, at this point, you can kind of make the case, but I don't believe it. I think Jamar Chase is. He almost had that interception there, or was it? I don't know. It looked like he was coming in for a pick, but he didn't. I don't know. I mean, Chase is going to be the better guy, but I don't know. That's going to be saying oh yeah, they're the same guy. They're both top 5 guys.
Hey, my boy. Oh, he got the ball back. My boy
Jefferson. I agree with that. Jefferson is one of the better route runners. But I think that's only to get better. When Chase's like route running game really gets there, he's going to be unbelievable. Like, and it's not to say he's a bad route runner, but he's just like he's awesome just because of how explosive he is, and he can just run and go route, which Devontae Adams can't do. So,
Hey, Waleed, I think Bears undrafted rookie from Wisconsin linebacker Jack Sanborn. Oh no, it wasn't him, but they forced a fumble. So like he was the one that held up the player, so the other guy could force the fumble. So that guy, 57 on the Bears from Wisconsin.
that's what you're supposed to do. It's not just the one guy. Like, that's what Lovie Smith always. The first guy holds that guy up and keeps him in place, so the second guy can come in and punch that ball out.
Yeah, that's why they brought Tillman in, and so like, and to go back to the Chase Jefferson thing, Brian, I think you're right about the route running for sure. I mean, Jefferson's a better route runner than Chase, but Chase is like he's so much better with the ball than anybody else in football.
He's so exciting.
Like it's so weird. This is a weird comparison, but like Chase on a like a quick slant or a deep ball, I get the same feeling as I did when Devin Hester would get the ball punted to him.
I feel that.
Where you're
I get Randy Moss vibes from him with some of the shit that he does. So
right,
I'm not saying he's Randy Moss, but I get those same feelings.
No, you know what I'm thinking too. Like those of you, us old heads, remember like, and everyone in here is an old head. Like I'm talking like when Waleed says that, and I agree. I'm thinking like rookie year Randy Moss. Like remember when
exactly what I'm talking about too.
When Randy Moss would be running reverses and they'd be running tunnel screens, and he'd be like Reggie Bush style, just like zigzagging across the fields, making dudes miss. Before Randy Moss was a strictly vertical threat. Like
now,
Jamar
let me ask you this. Like Ryan, I want you to comment on this too. Do you remember that draft where the number 5 pick we had? Who did we take with that 5th pick too? It was such a dumbass, awful fucking pick. And I remember screaming like, draft Randy Moss, like, and he dropped to like 20 because weed. That was still a thing when Randy Moss was in the draft, that always take the weed guy, because Warren Sapp was drafted before him, and Randy Moss fucking fell. God, Laramie Tunsil. I actually liked him a lot more as a prospect when that thing came out. Also,
all right, Waleed, you ready?
Yeah.
With the 5th pick of the 1998 NFL draft, the Chicago Bears selected Curtis Enis.
That's who it was, Curtis Enis. There was another running back there that was actually better too, I think. I want to see that. Which draft was that?
He goes by the name Fred Taylor, and he was drafted 9th overall.
Yeah. Oh, God, I hated that because Fred Taylor was the thing that really kills me too is you hear that the last year Mark Hatley was the GM of he wasn't even a GM, but he ran the Bears drafts. He wanted to trade up for LaDainian Tomlinson, and they would not let him. So they ended up taking David Terrell.
Right.
Like, because they knew he was going to the Packers after that draft. And like the idea that we could have had LaDainian Tomlinson still eats at me, because the Bears were like, well, how do we know you're not going to screw us over here? Like, God damn it.
So Ryan quoted you, Waleed. Always take the weed guy. So
always take the weed guy.
So now my thing is that actionable fantasy football draft advice?
Yes.
Always take the weed guy. All right.
Who are the weed guys in this year's draft?
Josh
That's my
Gordon.
question. I mean,
I'm looking it up. NFL players, marijuana arrests.
Hey, you know what? DeAndre Hopkins, I don't know if he's a weed guy, but he's on the PED list, so I'm going to assume that's.
All right. Players that have been arrested for loudnews.net. NFL player arrest database. Here we go.
I love that someone took the time out of their day to create that website. Not their day, like their year. And they're just like, you know what? Let's just keep a database for this, because I want to know which NFL players are getting arrested.
Yes. Geno Smith got a DUI this offseason.
I mean, yeah, I knew that, but Geno Smith, you don't take the guy who's the quarterback who's the rookie quarterback who gets his jaw broken by his teammate. That's usually a bad sign.
Have we been seeing him here? Did he play?
Bills, yeah,
You know?
he just had that like wide receiver screen. Yeah, number 12. Keep an eye out.
Here you go. Shi Smith on the Carolina Panthers was arrested this offseason on handgun and marijuana charges.
Great taste.
I don't know.
Great together.
You don't take the gun guy. Like, I don't know if there are any good gun guys that get like that do anything.
Chicago Bear wide receiver 18 or whatever, David Moore, got arrested for edibles.
The problem is I've seen David Moore play.
Bert Flumpus is right. They're showing poor preseason form, not challenging plays, punting on 4th and 1. Who cares? When you want to see more of your punter, you can see him in practice.
I don't know. I can't watch this guy and tell me you don't want to see more of him. I want to see more punts from Trenton Gill. Give him those punting reps.
Ian Thomas last year for Carolina was arrested and accused of eluding police on a dirt bike near Charlotte after he was tried to be stopped for not having a plate. That's pretty cool.
That was like the first punt. Well, I guess he's still inside the 20, but I feel like that's like the first punt I've seen where Trenton Gill didn't get it inside the 10.
There's a depressing amount of gun arrests.
I mean, also a not surprising amount. Fucking R.I.P. John Clayton.
Oh,
that dude was awesome.
The professor.
Yeah. I still, every so often, I'll just watch that Sports Center commercial.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which is like top 5 Sports Center commercials of all time.
Josh Jacobs got a DUI?
Yeah, remember in Vegas?
Yeah.
I always would make fun of it. I would always call that out because I'm like, nothing happened. He crashed his car in Vegas, and if it was going like 100 in a tunnel, no suspension, nobody ever heard of it again.
Melvin Gordon got a DUI.
I remember that too. You get your DUI halfway through the season, people forget about it. You never get punished.
Can you sort by offense? Can we target only weed? That's unfortunate. You got to upgrade that database. There's too many kinds of arrests.
You can control. There's a Wikipedia page on it, and I've controlled F'd it before to get to the weed guys.
Nice little stop there on the short.
Was Antonio Brown got arrested for weed, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. But he's been arrested for a lot of things, so.
Julian Edelman got arrested for vandalism.
In college or?
No, this is 2020.
Ooh.
Accused of jumping on the hood of a Mercedes in Beverly Hills causing damage.
That's a dude who just got way too drunk.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. I've gotten way too drunk, and I've never jumped on the hood of a car.
I have. It's
fair.
I mean, like it so much. I haven't, but it's more coincidence than anything. Like,
sure,
it was definitely in the range of outcomes of thing. If the right scenario had come up, I would have done it. So I can't get mad about that.
Oh shit! Chicago Bears tight end 3 Ryan Griffin was arrested in 2019 for punching out the window of a hotel in Nashville.
That's a drafter. Remember Brandon, who's the wide receiver?
Who?
The guy who played for Denver and then the Jets, really good wide receiver.
Brandon Marshall?
Yes.
Yeah.
The year before he broke out, he punched a TV through a TV. I took him in like 2/3 of my drafts. And everyone's like, how did you know? And I'm like, he punched a TV, man. You got to follow the patterns.
Brandon Marshall had a whole lot of crazy in him. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with him. Because
hated Brady's Hummer.
The dude clearly had mental health issues, but also acknowledged his mental health issues. But after a certain point, it doesn't excuse the consistent bad behavior. So I don't know.
Ryan, we already talked about this on the podcast. There are absolutely no way Ryan Griffin scores 3 touchdowns for the Chicago Bears this year. That's not happening. There's no reality where that happens.
I don't know that that's true.
There's no, in the multiverse, there's no reality where Ryan Griffin scores 3 receiving touchdowns.
I want to see here.
The Bears are going to score like 40 touchdowns this year, tops.
Due to a
Yeah,
geomagnetic
that sounds about right.
due to a geomagnetic storm as far south as Iowa and Pennsylvania tonight, you may be able to see aurora borealis.
Really?
I'm super north. Can I see it?
I'm not north enough, I don't think.
South suburbs here.
Yeah.
You're north of Iowa, right?
No, we're
like parallel to it.
We're like east of Iowa.
Iowa, second best Slipknot album.
Did John Stevens ever make a Iowa album?
No, fucker. He just came in, dropped 2. Wally, do you know the Sufjan Stevens story?
What?
Sufjan Stevens still is a musician that said he was going to put out an album for all 50 states. And he did Michigan and Illinois, and they were both great, and he never did any other ones ever again.
Illinois was amazing.
Wait, repeat that? Sorry.
Sufjan Stevens was an indie singer, and he told everyone he was going to do a 50 album project where he did an album on every one of the states, and he did Michigan and Illinois and then stopped.
Well, I mean, once he did Illinois, he's like, I got the best state. Everything's going to be downhill. I'm just going to quit.
Dude, Illinois is like, I would say of the aughts, like one of the most well-regarded indie albums of the decade.
Yeah, it was great.
Really?
That was so good.
Yeah. If you've seen Little Miss Sunshine, you've heard the song.
I have.
Yeah, that's like
that's a good movie.
That is a good movie. And Illinois by Sufjan Stevens is a great record. Me and Ryan in the chat used to bump it all the time.
Annie, we could see aurora borealis if we stay up past 11 tonight. Yep. I'm not doing it, but because I got stuff to do.
Just, we could do this. We won't, but we could.
I always wanted to see it before I die, but I also would die if I have to stay up till 11 p.m. tonight.
Neutral Milk Hotel is the shins for people.
Oh, shit.
For the liberal arts.
A24 did Uncut Gems, Moonlights. I didn't realize there's so many good fucking movies there.
Did A24?
I wanted to watch the Tragedy Macbeth too, so I'm with that. I did what?
Tragedy Macbeth. Did A24 do Interstellar?
I don't think so. That feels like it was too big a movie.
Well, Tristan Ebner just limped to the sidelines.
That's not what I want to see. Wait a minute.
Okay, they didn't.
That doesn't.
Positive Almond Milk Motel. So the dude from Neutral Milk Hotel had like that stage fright thing, right? Where he couldn't perform live.
Jeff Mangum?
Yeah.
He had some stuff going on up there.
Yeah. One of my favorite Das Racist bars of all time is Catch Me at the Crib Getting Lit to Jeff Mangum. It's fun to do bad things like rhyme about handguns. Rest in peace to Das Racist, got sent to Pennsylvania because one of their guys is a sex pest.
That doesn't rhyme.
No, I know. They got a little experimental there in the second couplet.
Commit a crime that rhymes, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I'm trying to look through these. I didn't realize they did Uncut Gems. God. Have you seen Uncut Gems?
No, I don't like Adam Sandler.
Why don't you like Adam Sandler? Just like you don't find him funny, or is it like a?
Yeah, he just yells really loud.
I will say, give. Are you a Safdie brothers guy? Is it the
Who?
Safdie brothers? The director. Give Uncut Gems a try. And I feel like I've earned enough credit with you, and we have similar enough tastes. Because most Adam Sandler movies I don't give a shit about, but Uncut Gems is one of the most uncomfortable. Like the last half hour of that movie in the theater, I wanted to pace. That's how. That's how revved up. That's how anxious that movie was making me. Like
Okay.
it was Adam Sandler. The fact that he didn't get an Oscar nomination when he should have won Best Actor over Joaquin Phoenix that year. That's how fucking good his performance was. And I get not like being into Adam Sandler, but this isn't an Adam Sandler movie.
Okay. I'll tell you this. The way you're describing it reminds me of a film that I really like called Big Fan, starring Patton Oswalt.
Okay.
And
Patton Oswalt. Okay, I might have to give that a look then.
Oh man, it's football. It's a football adjacent movie. He's like a super fan of a Giants player. It's got that very like Taxi Driver, Observe and Report, like weird vibe.
Okay.
If you've never seen Big Fan, yeah, Ryan and I watched it. Shouts out to Big Fan. Patton Oswalt in a serious role. It's got the dude that played Cousin Eddie from Grounded for Life. Remember that show, Grounded for Life?
I don't. That sounds like something that was on cable that I didn't. I don't want to fucking even think about this entire thing. Deshaun Watson garbage.
Oh, Grounded for Life. Shouts out, Grounded for Life. Donald Logue or whatever his name was. Dude, I still hear that guitar riff in my head all the time.
Let me look it up. I feel I gotta look it up. Maybe I do know it because it sounds kind of familiar to me.
It's got Donald Logue in it. And it's also got the guy from Grounded for Life in it, Cousin Eddie.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all.
Grounded for Life was like, it was a Fox show, I think, right? Like it was one of those like.
It sounds like a Fox show to me.
I think it got like 3 or 4 seasons, maybe more, but it's like it was a little better than like Titus. That was way better than Titus.
Yeah, I got to go through some of these movies here, like because I'm looking at it, and I know we have to like I got to come up with like a draft for A24, and I don't know how many of us are drafting, but I feel like I don't know enough of these movies.
You know who else is in a bunch of things that was in Grounded for Life? Wally, we're disregarding. This is now a Grounded for Life chat.
That's fine. It's preseason football. It should be Grounded for Life chat.
The grandpa from Grounded for Life is like old, cantankerous old man in like a million different shows.
Okay, you got to give me like examples so I know who it is.
All right, I'm gonna IMDb this. Hang on.
Actually, yeah. You know what? I just had this on my Google too. I probably could look this up without having you do it.
No, this is important for me to see too.
All right, let's see who gets there first. Let's see.
4 years. Yeah. Fuck. What's it called?
Oh, Richard Ryle? Is that who you're talking about?
I'm getting there. You beat me.
Walt Finnerty?
Bro, I don't know the names of the characters.
The guy, like, he looks like the oatmeal mustache.
Yeah.
That dude?
Yeah.
I know who that dude is. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, that's him. Classic grandpa, like that white mustache. Could you find a more grandpa mustache?
Was he in Office Space?
No. He was in Casino.
Oh, that's probably what I'm thinking. No, he was in Office Space. I was right.
Was he? Is that the guy, the stapler guy? No,
he's the guy who's like, he's
Bill
like
Root's the stapler guy.
He's like my assistant hands out like I talk to the people so they don't. He's that dude.
Shane called it. He's the dude that gets hit by the car. He's the guy with the conclusions.
Okay, yeah.
Jump to the conclusions. Yeah. Oh, I fucking love that dude.
Grounded for Life, baby. He was also in Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
That's why I've never heard of him.
Wait, I'm going to produce the sequel, Deuce Bugalo, Male Juggalo.
Yeah, I'm a people person. You know, the only thing that doesn't age well about Office Space is the technology. Everything else about that movie still resonates with me.
The whole, I'll just leave my software job to get an equal job being paid slightly less as a construction worker and not at all have problems financially and physically for the rest of my life.
Actually,
I don't. Construction workers make pretty good money.
Actually, I will say, Ryan in the chat was in a band in high school with a guy whose mom dated Lumbergh, the actor that played Lumbergh.
Oh, he went to my high school.
The Lumbergh guy?
Yeah, we're talking about what's his name? Gary Cole.
I don't. I'm still stuck on the Grounded for Life IMDb.
Gary Cole. Yeah, he went to Rolling Meadows High School.
Oh, you went to Rolling Meadows?
He went. When I found that out, I was like, I knew I liked this guy for a reason. That's not why. There's plenty of people that went to my high school that I do not like. So
Geno Smith is still in there, y'all.
Charles Cross is having a few penalties, isn't he?
That's right. Cousin Eddie was in Pineapple Express. God, that movie's really awkward to rewatch.
How come?
Well, James Franco being a sex pest and Seth Rogen playing a sex pest.
Yeah.
Don't you remember? There's that really drawn out scene. First off, the whole start of the movie is him calling into some libertarian radio station and being like, "Age of consent laws are bullshit."
Yeah.
And then
Same with The Hangover and Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, a lot of those movies did not hold up.
Yeah, I remember watching, like, I remember rewatching The Hangover a few years ago and being really uncomfortable with all the homophobic language in it. I'm like, oh, this did not age well at all. I was like, oh, Bradley Cooper, don't be saying this because I like you. But obviously it's the movie. Like, if he's saying it in movies now, I'd be way more annoyed.
Geno Smith goes down.
Is that Geno Smith still?
Yup.
How are you keeping Geno Smith in for a half? I guess Bears pulled their starters.
You got to see who's your playoff caliber quarterback.
I love that the Bears pulled all their starters.
History.
The Bears pulled all their starters a quarter ago, and they still haven't scored on their first team offense. What is the under on Seattle wins this year? I think I want to smash that line.
I want to say it's 5.5.
At least they have.
The Bears are 5.5, I think.
Bears are 6.5.
Okay. Seattle maybe 4.5.
Oh, maybe the Bears were 5.5.
5.5.
For Seattle?
Uh-huh.
What about the Bears?
6.5, I think.
Googling.
I don't know why Google hasn't come up with a thing that's like Googling.
Oh.
I think that'd be fantastic.
Ryan took the under at 4.5 for Seattle.
I'll tell you what, I'm kind of feeling that.
Yeah. This team is going to be really bad. You got to assume that, like, they're going to get swept in their division, right? San Francisco, Arizona, and the Rams. You got to assume that they're going to go 0-6 right there. Do they win one division game?
I mean, they might win one bullshit if they have one like week 17 too.
I would not be surprised if Seattle beats San Francisco once. Think about that.
Oh, god damn it. I put the wrong FanDuel in.
There's a hot take. Seattle beats San Francisco once this year.
Whoa. You can't just go give those out.
What'd you say?
You can't just give those out.
You said who beats who?
Seattle beats San Francisco once this year.
No, it's San Francisco beats the Rams twice this year.
Whoa there. Well, dude, I'm waiting to hear about Matt Stafford, man.
They always beat him.
Like,
that's the joke with that one.
If Matt Stafford's arm is all fucked up, like, I'm worried about that.
It was fucked up last year too. They're just kind of resting him, so I'm not taking it too seriously.
I remember hearing that someone said that things were getting worse.
Oh, I need timestamps for things y'all say to add to my soundboard. I just realized that.
Oh, now you want the timestamp when I do that.
I forgot I could add you guys to my soundboard. Forgot about that.
We need more Ronnie for life quotes.
Speaking of Seth Rogen, there's John Scheidner.
Yeah. Hopefully he's never called into a talk radio station to complain about consent laws or showed up to his girlfriend's high school.
He is a billionaire.
Did you make any preseason bets, by the way?
Yeah, a ton.
What game did you bet on today? Did you bet on the Bears
I
game?
didn't bet not on this week, no. But while we're talking about preseason football, I could go through some of the futures that Ryan and I took and that I've taken because I fully intend on making money this year.
Yeah, the Bears are at 5.5. And the Seahawks, you said were at 4.5.
What? Okay, I'll get you something.
I put $3 down on. I took the under on Cleveland at 8.5.
Cleveland, you took the under Cleveland 8.5.
Yeah,
I love that bet. Honestly, like I'm still working through my entire thing, so it's kind of annoying. Like once I have everything down, I want to look at what schedules are favored. Then I'm going to start looking at win totals and then doing it that way.
I took Traylon Burks at plus 700 as the offensive rookie of the year.
Who's this competition? What? Who's the shortest odds? Brees Hall.
Yeah, I think so.
Uh,
I think it's Brees Hall, Drake London, and then Traylon Burks.
that's a good bet. You don't ever bet on the number one guy. Like, I mean, you can, and you probably should, just because a lot of times those guys win. But I don't know. I kind of want to give a TJ Watt Defensive Player of the Year bet. I don't know what his odds are, but he always feels like he's the 1 year. Like I was actually kind of pissed at Aaron Donald for beating him that 1 year, but only because I had bet on TJ Watt. It's not like I mean Aaron Donald probably should win every year.
That is a Chicago Bears touchdown, my friends.
Is that really? What did I just miss?
It's a muff punt.
See, that's what I get for trying to look up win totals. Also, this is preseason, so I don't really care that much.
I got plus 1,000 odds on Justin Herbert as the NFL regular season MVP.
Really? Plus 1,000? Those are good. That's good odds for him. Josh Allen's got to be number one on that. What's Lamar Jackson's number?
I'm just looking at
what your bets were. Yeah. No,
all right.
I got it.
We're looking at AP NFL regular season MVP.
Yeah, let's look at some of these season awards.
Best,
I want to see
best
that.
odds. The best odds to win offensive or just overall MVP. Josh Allen is plus 700.
Yeah. Right now, Herbert's 900. You know who is? Oh, look at that. Lamar Jackson is plus 2,000.
He sure is.
Considering I've been saying all year that I think he's going to be the MVP this year, I might just throw $5 on that.
You're right, Shane, bro. We're gonna be dancing on the graves of everyone that's like, oh, Traylon Burks out of shape. Oh, asthma. Oh, he played with the third team. Don't fucking
Dude, Burks is gonna. The thing I like about Burks over Drake London too is that Burks has Tannehill thrown to him and like no real competition, whereas Pitts is still going to take targets in Mariota. So,
you can get better odds right now than I got. I got it at plus 700. It's now plus 800. Christian McCaffrey is the comeback player of the year.
All right, I got to figure out like where I'm going to deposit my money because
I'm not doing money to me.
I'm not doing the FanDuel Sportsbook because I can't get them to match money. So since I've already invested in them, I wonder if does DraftKings do kick? Does DraftKings do kicker lineups?
Let's try that again. When do you say something?
I said, the DraftKings, do they have kicker lineup? I want to know.
No, I don't know. I can't get on DraftKings because I have to register at the sportsbook in person, which makes no sense to me.
Oh, where is that?
In Southern Illinois.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
There's got to be a different way, but I don't know. It won't let me. It's weird.
We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll take a road trip to get our gambling going.
I did put $1 down plus 1,100 on the Colts to be the number one seed in the AFC for the playoffs.
Wait, what was that?
I put at plus 1,100 the Colts to be the number one seed in the AFC.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, what are the odds on Justin Fields here for MVP?
I think the West.
I think I got better odds earlier. He's plus 7,500, but I think. Do I still have? What are my bets?
I don't think the Colts make the Super Bowl, but I think that the West beats each other up enough that the Colts, with their super easy divisional schedule, will be the number one seed.
Oh, God damn it! I didn't even realize I still have some bets pending. I got the Chargers at plus 1,900 winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, dude, I got some money on that.
What is that bet now? Because I bet you those odds are a lot shorter. Because I did that before free agency and all the trades and shit happened.
I got the Chargers at plus 2,400, and I also got them at plus 1,500.
You got them at plus 2,400 and plus 50.
Yep.
I have the Bears. I put $10 on the Bears this year at plus 7,000 because why the fuck not?
$5.
Huh?
I put $5 on it that same part.
If the Bears won the Super Bowl this year and Justin Fields is the MVP, I will make $1,000. I'll make $1,220.
We have
that would be the most amazing thing.
You know what? I'm going to quote someone. I'm putting the pen down.
You're putting the pen down. I don't think it's happening either. But I think that I kind of feel like you should always throw like a $5 bet on your quarterback and his MVP. Like, just because if it happens, that's going to be the best year.
Yeah. You're stacking. You're stacking gambling.
Yeah.
I think they call that a parlay. I don't know. I'm no doctor.
Where are we going? Let's look at some of these other bets.
Hey, it's halftime. How about it? Preseason football.
Oh, here we go. Season awards. Ooh, what the hell just happened? Oh. What is that sound? Someone fan just started going crazy.
Probably myself because the AC's off and it's hot as hell in here.
Oh yeah. No, you do what you gotta do, man. I just all of a sudden I thought it was my fan because my microphone's very sensitive. I'm sure you can hear every click I'm making.
My classroom was like 83 degrees today with 31 teenagers in it.
So yeah, defensive player of the year plus 800 for TJ Watt, plus 900 for Aaron Donald. Doesn't Aaron Donald just feel like a free roll at this point?
Yeah, but the odds are so tempting because it's like, what if he gets hurt? What if he gets suspended for choking someone again? What if he?
I'm gonna throw a number out at you guys. Tell me what you think of this one here. NFL comeback player of the year, Michael Thomas at plus 1,600.
I like my Christian McCaffrey at plus 7 more than that, to be honest.
It's Christian McCaffrey's actually plus 800 here. That was the next one I was going to make. Derrick Henry's plus 400. Let's see if there's any other good ones. Ooh, Saquon at plus 1,600 is another one that I think could be nice. Ooh, Travis Etienne at plus 3,000.
There's no way. You're just burning money at that point.
Yeah, I think so too. But I like the plus 3,000. Oh God, DeAndre Hopkins at plus 7,500. That is just throwing money away. Plus 7,500 for Will Fuller. Is he even signed on a team yet?
No. Remember how many people were saying that they wanted to draft Will Fuller in like best ball in like July?
I have been. I still will. He's going to sign somewhere.
Yeah, and then he's going to have to learn a fucking playbook.
What does he got to learn? All he does is run a go routes.
Yeah, but how long has it been, do you think, since he dropped a pass?
Will Fuller's a lot better than people give him credit for.
Will Fuller is very fast. I'll give him that.
Okay, damn it, how do I... All right, I've maximized like every... Oh, here we go.
I feel for you, man. Like, Will Fuller is one of those guys that, like, you can't reasonably cut bait with right now. You can't.
And hold on, you'd be stupid.
Deshaun Watson's talking. I have a sound effect. Here.
What was that?
Deshaun Watson's talking. I have
a sound effect. What the fuck? I can hear the TV in my living room and the Offspring's "Why Don't You Get a Job" is playing. I'm gonna go check on Katie and make sure she's okay.
What odds did you get on Treylon Burks? Is it halftime?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually liking this NFL sportsbook talk. This will be a good lead into some of the gambling shows we're gonna have. We're gonna have DFS for cheapskates, and I don't know if we've actually gotten a name for our regular sportsbook show, but let's see. Ask Ridley. He'll tell you. Yeah, Traylon Burks is 17 plus 1,700 right now. That's what I was going to say. But I also think I'm going to take a little break here because it's halftime and like, why would I still stick around? Oh, you know what? I might throw $1 around just for the fuck of it. NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year is Zahir White or Zamir White, because it'd be awesome if Zeus somehow came out and did some shit. Oh my God, Romeo Dobbs' odds are plus 1,600. How is he getting the 9th best price? Damn, Camp Hype is a bitch.
Got Aaron Rodgers, greatest quarterback of all time.
Okay, I gotta see. Who are the rookies? Hey Ryan, Jaquan Brisker plus 4,000 defensive rookie of the year. If he gets a few interceptions, and he's apparently been killing it. Kyler Gordon also plus 5,000. I kind of feel like Kyle Hamilton's a nice bet at defensive rookie of the year at plus 1,000, just because that Baltimore team. What are some of these season specials?
I've had an Arby's Euro. Not great.
What'd you say?
I've had an Arby's Euro. Not great.
Oh my God, rush yards. You know what the best bet last year was the over on Derek Carr rushing yards. Like
Right.
for some reason, he was getting really low numbers, and he was also it was his passing yards too. Who was the other? Who was? I don't know. I was looking at that stuff before. Oh God, I gotta get my entire spreadsheets all done.
What song is worse, American Woman or Fly Away?
Fly away. Because American Woman, at least the Guess Who wrote it well.
Yeah, no, the original American Woman's fantastic. What is
I'm talking Kravitz, just Kravitz.
Fly away. I don't know. Kravitz sucks.
I can't even hear it in my head. So
He
what is Fly Away?
He married Lisa Bonet, right?
Yeah.
A fun palindrome is Lisa Bonet ate no basil. Little knowledge kicking around up there.
You gotta tag that.
Did you hear what I was? I think you walked away, so you missed some of the talking about here for some bets that I think you might enjoy.
Yeah, please save that. By the way, Evan, your Lisa Bonet palindrome.
Yeah, that's a soundbite. So you were saying you got it was plus 700 for rookie of the year for Burks.
It was plus 700 for comeback player of the year for McCaffrey. Let me double check what that Burks line was.
Okay, I'm kind of curious.
Because like Traylon Burks is fucking awesome at sports. Nerds are just doubters. Like, go to analytics. Yeah, fuck the analytics. All right, hang on. Here we go. I also put some money on the Hamilton Tiger Cats to win the Grey Cup. Yeah, I got Burks at plus 700 as well.
He's plus 1,400 now.
God, that's sick.
Yeah, I like that. Drake.
It's asthma, dude. It's the asthma discount. Like
you know what kills me here? Kenny Pickett plus 900, Olave at plus 1,000. I think that's in Pickens for plus 1,000. Here's my favorite one: Romeo Dobbs plus 1,600.
You know, like it's funny because the bet should really be Romeo Dobbs versus the field.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm pretty sure him and Aaron Rodgers are having brunch, right? That's been confirmed.
It's like Chase, Jefferson, Romeo Dobbs.
So here's a couple of fun, I think, like a dollar bet if you're throwing a few dollars here. Jahan Dotson at plus 2,500, I think could be fun. Or Brian Robinson Jr. at plus 2,500, especially considering Gibson's apparently not doing so well. And
They
then
do this every year. They fucking do this every year. Listen,
I know. But for $1, might win $25. Why the fuck not?
as long as I am playing fantasy football, Antonio Gibson will be relevant the week he plays me in my big money league, no matter
That
what.
makes sense. The other one I like here for $1, Zamir White plus 5,000.
Zeus.
I think that could be fun.
A player I didn't like coming out of college.
You didn't like him?
No, dude.
Oh, well,
Like,
I guess we can't agree on everything.
He had no pop in college, and he has torn ACLs in both legs.
I think he's finally healed up and he's got that pop now. I have no idea if that's true. What do you think of these defensive rookie of the year odds? I don't know if you're like, look, if you have that on your screen.
Let me pull them up.
Like the one that's I know which one stands out to me, and then I'm going to point out the one that's we both probably really like.
What, Kyler Gordon?
No, Jaquan Brisker at plus 4,000.
There, I really don't see a defensive back taking.
How has a defensive back really got how often? I'd like a list of the defensive rookies of the year.
I think they have Wikipedia for that.
I'm looking it up right now. Thank you.
Let me pull up my season awards real quick. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be a snarky bastard. All right.
You were, but that's okay. I love you.
Wasn't purposeful. Okay, so Thibodeau, Hutchinson, and Trayvon Walker are the top three.
I like Hamilton, actually. I think he could be an interesting one just because of the team he's on. Yeah, he's at plus 1,000.
Yeah, plus 1,000.
You know what? There've been a couple. It looks like linebacker. We had Micah Parsons, Chase Young, Nick Bosa, Darius Leonard, Marshawn Lattimore, Joey Bosa, Marcus Peters, Aaron Donald, Shelton Richardson, Luke Kuechly.
So there have been a couple.
There've been a couple in recent memory, but this is really a defensive line linebacker award. Charles. Okay, yeah. After that, it's like Charleston.
I think it's a sack award, to be honest with you.
Looking at this list, although Lattimore, his rookie year, that was a team that was going to the playoffs deep. That's probably why he got what he got. Marcus Peters also the same thing. His rookie year, he was outstanding.
He was on the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, on the Chiefs.
Okay. Yeah, I would say, to me, even though the odds aren't great, to me it's between Thibodeau and Hutchinson.
Yeah, I think if I'm making a bet, if you put a gun to my head, it's Thibodeau. I will say, I kind of like Stingley. I could see Stingley being a complete shutdown corner this year. The problem is that the guys who got the shutdown corners were making the playoffs the years they made it, and I don't know that. Where did Stingley get drafted? Was it Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to the playoffs, so that hurts him. Offensive rookie of the year, man. I got to tell you, how is Breece Hall plus 1,200? That feels like okay. Let's look at the offensive of the year awards. I feel like that's a list of running backs, but then again, I don't know.
No, offensive rookie of the year. The best odds are Kenny Pickett at plus 900.
No, I'm talking about historically.
Oh, okay. That's been receiver the last 2 years, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say because it's gonna be Chase and Jefferson.
Jefferson,
yeah. Oh no, it isn't. Actually, it looks like it's a quarterback award a lot of the time here because it's Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, Jamar Chase, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, Dak Prescott, Todd Gurley, Odell Beckham Jr., Eddie Lacy. Honestly, it seems like whoever just is kind of the best dude.
Eddie Lacy won offensive rookie of the year.
You remember Eddie Lacy's rookie year? He was a fucking bowling ball on a Packers team that was like competing.
Sky Moore has better odds at offensive rookie of the year than Traylon Burks right now.
That's insane to me. But also, I kind of get it because people are like Mahomes, like George Pickens being tied for second is insane to me because he's got Mitch Trubisky throwing the ball. At least Olave has got Jameis, who's going to just chuck it. And I do think Olave has been super underrated.
There's Actually, as I look at some of the deeper odds for offensive rookie of the year right now,
Yeah.
some of the ones that jump out to me at 2,000 and above are Kenneth Walker at plus 2,000 for rookie of the year.
My concern with that is I don't know how he's going to be starting out, and
And,
that team's
well,
going to be a dumpster fire.
I don't think this offense, like his absolute ceiling to me is like 1,100 yards and like 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And that's not offensive rookie of the year. But I think it's not too far off if you're looking at like Garrett Wilson at plus 2,000.
I was thinking that too. Garrett Wilson and Dotson seem like nice, like $2 bets just to see what the fuck happens.
They're
Garrett
first
Wilson on
wide
that
receivers. But you know what's dope? My guy that I liked in the offseason a lot is now on this list at plus 5,000. Kyle Phillips of the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to win offensive rookie of the year, but he's a guy that I did for, I wrote like 50 articles for Football Absurdity this spring on rookies. So I did a ton of scouting and I liked Kyle Phillips a lot.
So here's one. I think Rashid White at plus 6,000. If assuming Tom Brady comes back and like once Leonard Fournette gets injured week 1, that could be money.
All right. So look, I know he was undrafted and I know he got cut, but Jalen Weidermeyer is plus 20,000 to be offensive rookie of the year.
A real comeback story here.
Yeah, bet on him for comeback player of the year too, and you can double up.
You know what would be a good defensive N'Kobe Dean plus 1,600. I could see that being a nice little defensive player of the year or defensive rookie of the year.
He's the one that went to Philly, right?
I believe so. Where did N'Kobe Dean go?
I think N'Kobe Dean's on Philly.
Yeah. I just know that he should have been drafted a lot earlier than he was.
He's got a chance, man. They drafted, what's his name from Georgia? Jordan Davis, the big boy.
Yeah.
Dude, Ryan, Sky Moore is going to have more receiving yards than Romeo Doubs. I'm just saying right now. To me, that's not even a thing. Like, I think that's a for sure. And I wasn't even, I'll be honest with you, I was not that high on Sky Moore. I had him as like my wide receiver, like 8 or 9.
You know what? Our thing is we liked him. We just weren't sure. Like, he doesn't feel like a guy who's going to be able to, he feels like a guy who's going to get hurt in the NFL to me. And I know he's kind of thick, but he's kind of also, I don't know.
My thing is he looked great beating up a bunch of guys that will go on to be professional movers or insurance salesmen.
Yeah.
Since he played in Mac.
His route running, though, was really crisp. Like, he caught so well.
The thing about Sky Moore that I noticed when I was watching film is that same thing with Romeo Doubs, man. Nobody laid a hand on them at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, this game is finally fucking back.
I never watched Sky Moore beat a straight jam. He always got separation off the line.
Yeah, that's 100%.
And so to me, when I see that, I'm like, okay, well, that's not how you're going to get played in the NFL. That's just not how it happens. They're going to jam you up. Like, that's how it works. So I said that when I scouted Sky Moore, my comps were he's either Julian Edelman or he's Andy Isabella, and it feels like there's no middle ground.
I agree with that. But I think looking at where he was drafted, I think it's much more likely that I feel like he's more likely to be Edelman than I like his odds. I trust. I don't know actually. Outside of Tyreek Hill, how good have the Chiefs really been scouting receivers? Not very, right?
No, but they haven't invested highly. Like, this is their highest invested pick on a wide receiver in that core, right? Because Tyreek Hill was like a 4th round pick. I think Pringle was an earlier pick.
Daz Newsome with a catch, flexing. He's strutting a little bit there too.
82 coming up big.
Yeah. What were you just saying? Who? You said something, and then I got distracted by football.
It was. I also got distracted by football.
That's fine. We'll figure it out.
No, it was definitely important. It was super important. Some guy that's not a relevant football player we were talking about. So the Bears whooping that ass. The Bears were plus 3.5 today for this game.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get in on it because I was embarrassed.
You didn't want to bet 2 preseason games in a row?
No, I needed to take a break, man. Farceball, like I can't. It's a net loss for me. I gotta get my ends up.
Oh, we're so close to being in real football. I can't wait for it. This Brees Hall at plus 1,200 just sounds. Oh,
But I
that's a
thought
good
you were
price.
high on Michael Carter this year, man.
Why do people keep getting? I like Michael Carter at his ADP. Is the thing that people seem to like. I don't know if you're trolling me here or not, but
Well, no, I'm
like,
asking like how can an offense? How can do you think the Jets offense can support both?
I think. So we'll break it down for you. Let me see if I can find exactly the breakdown I had earlier when I was having this conversation, because this is about like value at their draft position. It's not necessarily. I don't think he's going to be an RB1. I think he's
Right, but to be rookie of the year, he would need to be RB1.
We're talking about Michael Carter here.
Oh, well, I'm saying that like
I think Brees Hall will be an RB1. Actually,
you think that offense can support Brees Hall as an RB1 with rookie of the year numbers and Michael Carter to be a value at his ADP?
I don't think Seattle can come back from this deficit. They might need to put Geno Smith back in.
He was icing his knee on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is the thing. I like the way I broke this down is damn it, where's this full-on breakdown that I had? Okay, so last season the Jets' top 3 running backs had 292 carries and 126 targets. I don't think a split of 200 touches to Hall and 120 to Carter is that crazy of a projection. I think Carter is going to be used a little bit more in third down work, but I think Hall is going to be getting a lot of the carries. That's how I'm looking at it. And I think where you're drafting Carter, he might have some flex appeal, because I do think part of my investment is I think that the Jets could make a big leap because of all the offensive talent that they've accumulated over the last 2 years. And I'm just trying to get a bunch of shares at different spots of the Jets offense. I want some Elijah Moore. I want some Brees Hall. I want some Michael Carter. I even want a little bit of Garrett Wilson. And I feel like 2 of those guys are going to pay off big for me based on their ADP. I just don't know which 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not against shares of Corey Davis at price.
Maybe in best ball. I'm never drafting him.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Like Corey Davis is going to be he's going to run 95% of their routes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Michael Carter costs me $1 in a salary cap draft, and I think he's got a lot more upside than the guys like who are the other guys in that spot here?
Everybody for $1.
No, but I'm saying like if I'm looking at guys like I don't trust like at that current ADP value, James Robinson, Achilles, I'm not touching him.
Who do you? Okay, so let me ask you.
Kenneth Gainwell. I don't really want any shares of the Eagles' backfield. I don't really trust it. I'll take a Miles Sanders if he falls for cheap. Alexander Madison's only good as a handcuff.
Then let me ask you a question. Then, do you want Michael Carter or Cordero Patterson?
Honestly, it depends. It kind of depends on my mood and how my draft is gone. Like, if I've drafted Brees Hall, I'm probably taking Cordero Patterson there. If I haven't, I might take Michael Carter there. It kind of depends on I build my drafts based on how my early drafts has gone. But I don't mind Cordero Patterson at his price. He's pretty cheap with some decent upside.
Yeah. I'm trying to see 4 for 4 has
Oh, Ryan's with me on that too.
All right.
I kind of feel like Patterson's done, but I think Patterson did enough last year, and like I don't know, maybe Algier's going to come up and like take control of that offense. Maybe he isn't, but I could see Patterson still getting a lot of looks. But I like it really depends for me. Like Patterson's honestly, I think Patterson usually ends up getting taken before I ever have an interest in him anyway, because I have a short list of guys that I'm taking pretty much everywhere.
So okay, so I'm looking at 4for4's PPR rankings right now.
Okay.
They have Carter at running back 53.
Yeah.
So would you take Carter or Rashad White?
Oh, Rashid White on Tampa?
Yep.
I'm probably taking White because I don't trust Fournette to be healthy, and I think he could get a lot of looks.
You taking Carter or Jamal Williams?
Carter, no question.
Really?
Yeah, mainly because
how do you feel about that?
I think Jamal White is a floor play.
Waleed's love for Michael Carter is something that I wish I could achieve with my life partner.
Look, Jamal Williams is a floor guy. That's my problem. He doesn't have any real ceiling upside. Carter at least does.
I list him on my barbecue toolbox floor guys. That is true.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong,
floorings.
As much as I say that, like, I kind of feel like Melvin Gordon's also a floor guy, but he's a floor guy with some real upside depending on the shares of that offense. Jamal Williams only really gets relevant if something happens to DeAndre Swift, and I don't really like drafting guys like that.
So I said that Carter is 53 on 4for4.
Yeah.
48th, running back 48 on 4for4. Isaiah Pacheco for Kansas City.
I don't want any Kansas City running back.
Terrible draft capital.
Like, when was the last time a Kansas City running back has been relevant? Jamal Charles, right?
Was Jamal Charles before or after Larry Johnson?
After.
Jamal Charles.
Yeah.
Also, Jamal Charles, presumably a much better human than Larry Johnson.
I don't think there's any like there'd have even if some shit came out about Jamal Charles, he'd still probably be a better human. I know too much about Larry Johnson.
There was some story, Larry Johnson, that he like fought a woman.
Look, Andy Reid running backs, like outside of like LaShawn McCoy, I don't know that it's been something that you can really count on. Because Jamal Charles wasn't really there for Andy Reid, right?
No, but you know who was there for Andy Reid and crushed it was Kareem Hunt.
That is true.
And you know what? Ryan brings up a good point. Like Jeff Ratcliffe is a dude that on the XM, like the Sirius XM fantasy station, that's like the only guy that I think knows his shit. And I mean, I see why Pacheco is someone that people are talking about, yeah. But what the fuck? Do you see yourself starting him at any point? I don't.
Not really. Well, it depends. Like if he turns into Kareem Hunt, yeah, I absolutely do.
But I think there's just as good a chance that he gets cut and they keep Ronald Jones than the chance that he is fantasy relevant this year. Like to me, if I'm drafting right now, I'm not drafting anybody that's a cut candidate.
Hey Evan, I just sent you something. You might want to double check.
How'd you send it?
Something I just in our group chat.
Okay.
For the Twitch, just double check that real quick.
Oh yeah, yeah. I figured they wouldn't care, but maybe I should just to.
Well, I don't think they will, but it just occurred to me that you said it, and I feel like it's still less than 50%, but at the same time, just
they're sending each other direct messages about me.
You're into chats.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I fixed it. I mean, for you, Wally.
We're ripping you apart, but I want you to know that I wouldn't do it behind your back, Tony. I'm going to say everything I hate about you to your face.
It's all good.
You know what? And so I do want to say this to whoever else is in the chat and to you guys as well. Ryan brings up a good point that like saying that kind of stuff is totally clickbait. It's totally clickbait. Like all of these people that are trying to sell you premium fantasy subscriptions, this is how they make their money. They cast the widest nets possible. And then when one of them hits, they can be the guys that are like, hey, guess what? In August, I was on Isaiah Pacheco. Oh, yeah, I bet you were, but you were on Tyler Beatty too. And you were on Tom Haskins.
It's very clear that whoever is corporate in charge of ESPN's fantasy service has given direct orders. Just be as wild and unrepresentative as possible because we need to sell more ESPN Plus subscriptions. And
Right.
Yeah.
Because Matthew Berry makes money. Like
he doesn't work there anymore, though.
That's one of the things that but that's one of the things that I appreciate about like independent creators, people that do it because they love talking shit about fantasy football, is like no one's making these claims so that they can play it back on a clip show.
That was the origin of the Discord darling, where we're like, no, we're gonna make a call. It's this guy. Okay, so you can't be like, well, yeah, you had other. No, it's this guy. It's Josh Allen in 2020. It's DeAndre Swift in 2021. We don't want to do that same stuff that other people, industry people do.
But there's also Diggs too, on 2020. Man, Diggs, like that's one of those things that just never made sense to me. I did not understand how he got traded to Buffalo, and everyone's like, "I'll take him in the 10th round." I'm like, "Have you watched the man fucking play football?"
It was pandemic freeze while everyone else was kind of like, I don't even know if there's going to be a season. Football Absurdity sat there and watched 2020 in-game tape like obsessively, and that's how we made a big leap. Is because we're like, no, if you watch this is going to happen. Nothing.
Well, I think we also like when you guys called the Diggs breakout, that also was like assuming a big leap from Josh Allen as a pure quarterback, which also happened.
Yes.
We were on board Josh Allen right away.
He passed my bounce test. I invented the bounce test.
Yeah.
He showed flashes, and he was like, I remember that playoff run. There was that game where he like, shout out to Leche, who's all about this game. There was that playoff game where he like threw a touchdown pass, ran a touchdown in, and then caught a touchdown pass against the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, this dude's it. But he wasn't a pure passer. And then Diggs came, and you got to see what he can really do.
I haven't mentioned the bounce test in a while. I think I've noticed about quarterbacks that make the leap, and I watched back at the time, 2020, I watched 10 years of past footage because I was trying to come up with, I couldn't watch tape from the preseason because there was no tape because there was a pandemic. So I watched tape of all the breakout quarterbacks, and I realized that the ones who broke out in the second year were running quarterbacks, cheat code quarterbacks, but in their first year, the quarterback drops back and then he bounces, and there's a rhythm to his bounce. And most of the time, almost all the time, when the pocket starts to collapse, the bounce quickens. He's thinking about going to his feet. And the ones who, instead of doing that, which were very few, I think it was Andrew Luck and then a couple others, I think there were a total of 3. The ones who just said, I'm going to keep my rhythm and just maybe take a sack were the ones who made the huge breakout. And I watched Josh Allen. And Josh Allen would just keep pumping the same rhythm. And I loved it because I'm like, I'm watching something that nobody else is watching. I'm counting their tempo of their feet. This is, okay, I'm doing this. And so that was what convinced me. I'm like, Josh Allen has learned enough because he's taken enough sacks to figure out, rather than just abandon the play, he's got the knowledge to make it to the next level.
Here's my question. How does Justin Fields look on the bounce test?
Nobody else has passed it. Not even Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
This year. But also, Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence, if I've got Matt Nagy and Urban Meyer calling my plays, I'm thinking about my survival more than I'm thinking about, I'm going to take a sack so I can be there for this guy. Like, so I'm not saying that they won't break out. It's not a
oh, no, I get what you're saying.
If you do, you do kind of thing. So
okay, so I gotta say here, because I'm looking at the chat here.
Yeah.
Ryan's asking about Gabe Davis, and Shane is very much against Gabe Davis breaking out. I think Shane is wrong here. I like Gabe Davis. I don't like him as much as some other guys, but someone's gonna get those targets. And Gabe Davis has looked good his first 2 years. I think he's a decent candidate as a third breakout guy because you can't get 250 targets to yeah, no, they're not talking about Corey Davis. They're talking about Gabe Davis.
Right.
Corell Davis.
Rasheed Davis.
You did not mean we said Diggs. Oh, I guess
No, I think Diggs ends up with over 180 targets this year, though.
I think so too. I think, but at the same time, they'll just start rolling coverage over there.
He was 164 2 years ago and 166. Or no, he was 166 2 years ago, 164 last year.
Okay,
So-
yeah. Look, there's a lot of vacated targets there, and they're not all going to Diggs. And who's taking over there? It's going to be it's Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis has been good, but he's always been behind like guys who are just okay. Like I honestly, Gabe Davis has always looked better on tape to me than like not Beasley. Who's the other guy? Because Beasley's he's an asshole, but he's a decent receiver.
Talk about Crowder or McKenzie?
You know what? That's true. I can see Crowder getting some looks too. I don't mind Crowder real late in some other drafts.
I'm hearing the tea leaves that I'm hearing are that the slot might end up being closer to 50-50 between Crowder and McKenzie.
Well, who's going to be the number 2
Davis. Gabe.
guy then? Like, are they just going to rotate the slot and one of them play outside occasionally? Because you're not going to put in 2 slot guys and then 1 outside guy.
Well, no, I'm saying like your outsides will be no matter what, and 2 wide receiver sets will be Diggs and Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
And the slot will be, depending on down and distance, either McKenzie or Crowder.
Well, that makes sense. And honestly, you can put them both. Like, if you go 4 receiver slats, putting both of those guys inside is just going to be a nightmare for defenses to deal with.
Bro, if they do 4 receiver sets and their 4th receiver isn't James Cook, they're fucking up.
You know what? I love that. You put those 2 guys inside and you put Cook on the outside. That's just going to fuck up defenses.
I remember the other 2 people who passed the bounce test in the last 10 years. Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. All year 2 breakouts. I remember because I studied Mahomes. I've been studying Mahomes and like for the longest time because I'm like, you were the only 2 year 2 breakouts.
Yeah, but like, I mean, Mahomes didn't do much in year 1, but like his one game, he was like insane.
Yeah. Well, that it was nice to be able to take guys who were clearly better than Josh Allen, who were clearly breakouts, to apply to Josh Allen. I'm like, I think this bounce test might be it, man. Like the guys who are actually going to learn the game, adjust to the speed of the game, rather than just bail.
Okay, what is this? The Bears' 2022 cap space, $18.4 million, the 6th most in the NFL. That sounds like the 6th least in the NFL, right?
I'm surprised.
18.4.
Why would you have any cap space at all? Just sign a guy for $18 million.
That was going into free agency.
What's Terrell Owens doing right now?
Totally.
Man, I love the Bears, and I just can't get on board with this at all.
Don't worry, Ryan.
I hate preseason.
Ryan, I put money on Herbie to win MVP this year.
Hey, I already showed my bets.
And I have money on the Chargers winning the Super Bowl.
Well, you can't show that. It's Twitter. It's Twitch.
I can't show what?
You're. Oh, did you say bet? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry. I misheard. I showed my bet. Sorry. Everything's fine. We'll just let that one drift into the ether.
No, this is an adults only stream. Adults only.
I do make it click.
If you want to see what Evan's talking about, join my OnlyFans.
Ugh. So we got Nathan Peterman in. Speaking of OnlyFans,
Oh, good God.
you want to watch a man fuck an entire franchise? Nathan Peterman sucked so that Josh Allen could
Wait,
fly.
Johnny Knox died?
No. Get out of here.
Who's this Knox who died?
Dawson Knox's younger brother.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what I was missing here for a second.
Yeah, a lot of Knox going on. A lot of Knox talks.
Hard Knock.
Next on Hard, no, not going there.
Yeah, if you want to see season 2 of Hard you know what, so you can go to Wally's OnlyFans. Yeah, Ryan, Dawson Knox's little brother died like today. And so I've decided I'm not going to talk about why I'm fading Dawson Knox in fantasy this year out of respect.
It's not because his brother died,
Weren't
right?
weren't you fading him before that?
Yes, but
Okay.
it's too soon, Like now you got to throw in the redemption story. So maybe I'm in on Dawson Knox this year.
You know, let's start looking at some of these. 80
Sure, he caught 9 touchdowns on 71 targets, and there's no way that's sustainable, but it could be.
Yeah, no, he's Tanyan.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
2021 Tanyan.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert Tunyon's games, oh man, because he played 6 games last year, and there were 2 games that he scored a touchdown, and then there were 2 games where he had 2 catches for 4 yards. It's awful.
So what am I looking at here? I have a thought here. So let's, you know what? This is preseason, and I can barely keep my interest. So I'm going to start looking at some of these tiers at positions that.
I've been checking out your OnlyFans for the last 10 minutes. I've totally. I mean, Seattle.
It's quality work.
It's 24-0, and Seattle had their first team in for the whole first half. Seattle's not good, y'all.
No, this is going to be ugly.
Did anyone take the least wins bet that I told everyone to take 6 months ago?
No. Did you talk? Is that what you said to take?
Oh yeah,
the least wins with Seattle.
I'm tuned in to Seattle because I get all. I'm local, and I'm tuned in without having the fandom to blind me, and I'm like, this team's going to go 2-14.
You know what?
Ryan said earlier in the chat they're going to win 2 games this year.
Yeah, he's right.
Let's find out what they're. So I think you have to bet it in a weird way. I think you have to bet team that will have the first pick in the draft.
Okay.
I think there's season specials. Let's see. No, worst regular season record. Seattle's plus 750.
That's exactly what Tony said.
Oh,
just say it a different way.
Well, he said who's going to have the first pick in the draft. I think that's a different.
Yeah, I think they have multiple, which is awesome.
Yeah, I would not be wanting to win if I were Seattle. You're set if you could just get a good quarterback and then another good first round piece. You could be sitting on, top. You could be sitting on the number 1 quarterback and then wherever Denver finishes.
Oh, they have defensive. They have defensive props.
Ooh,
individual player defensive props.
Oh, player props?
Yeah.
Oh, defensive props.
Sack totals for individual defenders here.
Oh, holy shit. This is the fun one. They also have first win-loss. What is that's interesting.
Where's Trayvon Diggs? Trayvon Diggs, interceptions. Oh, the line's at 4.5. That's low. There you go, Wally. The best. Yeah, we did smash the unders. And they drafted 2 offensive linemen in Seattle. The number 1, Wally, the number 1 prop, the best odds to lead the NFL in regular season tackles and assists, Roquan Smith.
Ooh.
At plus 500.
I thought Smith was banged up.
What's that?
I thought Smith was banged up.
No, he's
just holding out.
Public and stupid contract dispute.
Oh, just like when he was drafted.
Wait, no. Wally, can you explain? Do you want to tell Evan about fucking Kaiser Sose over here?
Oh, good God. I got to find that link here. So sporting news, I linked this to Tony because so Roquan Smith, I don't know if you saw the NFL sent out a memo basically saying
he has no agent. He has no agent.
Yeah, no, but the NFL sent out a memo because Roquan Smith, did you see the letter that Roquan Smith sent out?
No.
Let's see. I'm gonna look up Roquan Smith's letter so I can read it to you.
Well, he requested a trade.
You need to see what the letter was. Because this formal ask was like fantastic. What is it? To the city of Chicago and all the Bears fans worldwide, I have officially requested a trade. Just writing these words is deeply painful. I'm a kid from Macon County, Georgia. When you grow up playing football, you dream of making it to the NFL one day. However, playing the linebacker position, you never imagined getting drafted in the top 10 by the Chicago Bears. I'm a homegrown Bear. A dream come true for me to have an opportunity to put that Bears helmet on, wear the same jersey that the legendary linebackers did, is an indescribable feeling. Walking these halls the past 4 years, you can feel the spirit. You feel the pressure of living up to that timeless history, that great legacy. I dreamed of playing like Wilbur Marshall, Singletary, Briggs, Urlacher, Butkus. Since the day I was drafted, I vowed to play this position at a level that upheld the standard that was set before me, to uphold that respect and honor it, and I have. Unfortunately, the new front office regime doesn't value me here. They refuse to negotiate in good faith. Every step of this journey has been take it or leave it. The deal sent to me is one that would be bad for myself and for the entire linebacker market if I signed it. I've been trying to get something done that's fair since April.
Yeah, dude just hurdled someone.
Okay. No. I look. If there's actually good football, I want to see it. I've sat through all of it. Show me the replay here. Come on.
Evan, you're muted on stream. Says.
Oh yeah, my kids are about
Okay.
to come in. Sorry.
Oh.
Did you at least get the Kylie Wow?
Yeah. Ooh, that was a nice little jump there.
Yeah.
Welcome back, boys.
All right. So now we're getting to the juice of this here. Unfortunately, the new front office regime doesn't value me here. They refuse to negotiate in good faith. Every step of this journey has been taken or leave. Yeah.
Keep going, Wally. They can't hear Evan.
Huh?
Keep going.
They can hear me. The deal sent to me is one that would be bad for myself and for the entire linebacker market if I signed it. I've been trying to get something done that's fair since April, but their focus has been on trying to take advantage of me. I wanted to be a Bear for my entire career, help this team win a Super Bowl, back to our city, bring a Super Bowl back to our city. However, they have left me no choice than trade that allows me to play for an organization brings what I play for the table. For an organization that truly values what I bring to the table. I haven't had a chance to talk to the McCaskey family, and maybe they can salvage this, but as of right now, I don't see a path to the organization I truly love. I hope and pray you all can understand I'm deeply sorry it's come to this. Sincerely, Roquan Smith. That's a standard negotiating thing, right? Like, I've watched football long enough. Hell, this year, DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, like Deebo Samuel, all had their contracts. That shit usually gets worked out. But here's the thing that was really fantastic to me is after his request for a trade, Roquan Smith does not have an agent, is what you need to know. He represents himself. And a couple days later, some guy was asking on behalf of Roquan Smith about trades, like his trade value. The problem is Roquan Smith is under contract. You can't just ask around. Like Roquan, I saw that letter. I'm like, I'm fine. I have no problem with Roquan. Then that starts coming out. I'm like, this is really dumb. Because what is it? Like Mike Florio pointed out, it's a problem for two reasons. First, the person who's calling these teams isn't an NFLPA certified agent. He can't represent Smith or any other player. Second, Smith has not received permission to seek a trade. So the best part about it, like, okay, this is basically the person is setting up a potential tampering trap for any team that like gets involved with this. So no one's gonna get involved with this. But the thing that cracks me up is, like upon research, the name of this guy is Saint Omni, and I guess what were they saying about this guy here? I'm trying to look up what I sent you here.
Saint Omni is Roquan's fake agent.
Yeah,
is a grifter.
So yeah, this guy worked. Apparently, this guy Sporting News had this article. They were saying, let's see. So the guy who was asking these questions is named Saint Omni, and he's listed as the director of football at Lifeline Financial Group, a 2021 complex article. Like there, he helps. There's an article in 2021 that says that Saint Omni helped Tunsil during his contract extension. But the thing that cracks me up is Omni lists himself as a business consultant and manager for high-profile NFL athletes and celebrities. And when these guys tried contacting Lifeline Financial, they said there's no public record of Omni among Lifeline's listed employees at LinkedIn. And I think, what did I say here?
So Per Columbus wants us to identify the two revenge games, week one. Well, of course, Seattle Denver. Seattle Denver is the first revenge game, right?
Okay. This is a statement that got me. There's no public record of Omni among Lifeline's linked employees on LinkedIn. And the company confirmed he exists, but they say he's never in the same place twice. And they won't give out his phone number. So this agent for Roquan Smith is basically Kaiser Soze. Sorry, it took me a while to get there because I was looking it up on the fly, but I find that hilarious that there's this guy who's calling around. He works, the company acknowledges that he's there, but they can't tell you anything about him.
We're entering hour 3 of Waleed reads tweets.
I was not reading a tweet there. I was reading an article and a letter that Roquan Smith published. All football relevance.
There's a ton of revenge games week one. All right. So we've got Russ against the Seahawks. Ryan points out Flacco versus the Ravens.
What does he have revenge for? They paid him a lot of money.
It's true.
Shit, Marlon Mack, Colts versus Texans.
Ooh, that's bad blood.
Yeah. He wants revenge for his ACL.
The battle for the soul. The battle for the soul of Devontae Parker as New England goes to Miami. Week one is also the Baker Bowl.
So we assume that New England wants revenge on Miami for giving them Devontae Parker, right?
Yes.
That's the
take him back. If they win, they have to take him back.
He was a top 10 draft pick too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
God.
Okay. So, gentlemen, I do need to duck out of the broadcast. My kids are home and they desperately need exercise. I'm gonna leave the cast going if you want to keep going, and I'll be back and stuff. We love you guys.
I don't know, Tony. What do you think? Because I'll be honest. I'm more than happy to call. I don't need to watch a fourth preseason.
Bro, I gotta get up in 7 hours.
Yeah, you know what? Fabulous. I say let's raid the bra.
Yeah, good call. Thank you for Clumpus. Thank you, Severus Return. Thank you, Brian. Great job as always. We love you. The fact that you stuck around for this is just
preseason.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
It means more than the world to me. Let's pull up. Let's see. Oh, how do I rate? Here we go. Why did I say how I rate? I've been doing it for a year now. Let's see here. Right. If you don't know who Eric Bra is, I don't know. Here we go.
Use your primes.
You're great.
Yeah.
Stay beautiful.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Waleed. Awesome as always.
Thank you for that outs.
Zoom, dude,
and we are rating.
Zoom is great. This is great.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, I'm gonna hit the hay then.
Yeah. Good night.
And I'll see you guys soon.
We're still on the. Oh, I have to tap the join here.
Yeah.
Good night, y'all.
Night.
Hey guys, normally I'd be there on a Thursday night. I'm a big fan of football absurdity, obviously, and every